What's going on, everybody? Praise the Lord, church. Praise the Lord. How y'all doing? Happy Friday. Good afternoon to all of you all tuning in. Just want to thank you guys so much for the support, prayers, the donations, everything that's going on. You guys, we have a fantastic guest here with us. Lisa knows. I am so excited to get her up and to have a conversation with her, for you all to ask her questions and to, gauging what's really going on, just online and how it affects, our reality and our real life. And so make sure you guys, if you're tuning in from X, come on over to YouTube, hit the like button. If you are watching from Lisa Knows YouTube channel or from her X account, make sure you come over and show her some love. Hit the like button and subscribe if you are not subscribed. And make sure you share this live stream. It is going to be an important one tonight because it needs to be discussed. What's going on with this doxing and cyber crimes. Candace, go to hell. It's that simple. I mean, it's not like you never spawned from there, but may you return. I just want to thank all of you all for tuning in. Shout out to all the mods, to the members, to the Luxters, to Lisa Knows supporters, all of you guys coming in so that we can have a fantastic discussion tonight. Thank you all so much. Now, without further ado, let's bring up the queen of the hour. Oh, Lisa Knows. Welcome to the Lady Luck Club, honey.
Hello.
How you doing? What's going on? Give us a, intro about you, who you are, what you do, what you enjoy, and whatever else you want to share.
Yeah, so tonight we are just relaxing. I have had an insane week and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a hot shower. I did all of my skincare. I'm like, I'm not putting makeup on. I am not. So I just clipped my hair back. I'm like, it's girl time. We're just gonna go. We're gonna talk and we're gonna hang out and we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna be comfortable while we do it. So I'm in my pajamas.
That's right.
I'm in my comfies. I do not have makeup on right now, and
Me either.
don't care. I'm like,
Ciao.
it is
I don't
Friday.
wear makeup.
I just was like, I'm doing this podcast, and I'm gonna be comfortable while I do it. Damn it! So
absolutely.
Anyway, yeah. So I am Lisa Knows on all of my socials. I am on Instagram. I am on TikTok. And I am on X. Those are the ones that I use like the most. Primarily, I started on TikTok, and then more recently this year, I crossed over onto X in about, I think it was like February, that I did that and started posting more in both places. Because there was a lot going on with the candy cult over in TikTok land. And there's a lot going on in X, but like there's not very many people that kind of cross over to both. And so I was like, I feel like we need more of those middle ground people that are watching like both platforms that can kind of keep people up to date on what's happening in both areas, right? Absolutely. So I kind of was like, I volunteer as tribute, so I kind of started doing that. But my background is in the pro-life movement. I worked in the pro-life movement for 13 years, debating, pro-life, just like when does life begin, all of that, having conversations with pro-choicers and debating abortion and all of that. And kind of just started my TikTok to like debunk a lot of the pro-choice talking points that they use a lot. And then Candace started all of her crap, and I was like, I already do a lot of debunking. I already do a lot of really just like simple research, because a lot of this stuff really is just simple to look up. A lot of times it takes 5 minutes to look this stuff up. Like, it's not hard. And so I just kind of transitioned into kind of debunking her stuff, and just the very simple, like just trying to show people just how easy it is to just go and look this stuff up for yourself, basically. So
absolutely. And it seems like you started with has she always been pro-life? I mean, was for you to have to debunk her, has she always taken that stance or what?
Oh, Candace?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't so I was just engaging with pro-choicers over on TikTok, like doing like debates and
Okay,
stuff like
gotcha.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
And then when Candace started all of this after Charlie Kirk died,
Right.
and I started
Okay.
seeing just all the blatant lies that she was telling and how she was
Mhm,
just a con artist, literally. I mean, the
mhm,
way that she manipulates things to make things seem very weird, that I'm like, no, that's
mhm.
just normal everyday life. You know what I mean? Like she'll take the most standard run of the mill stuff and try to make it seem like it's a conspiracy. And I'm like,
Right.
no, this is just very
Not
like
conspiracy.
standard, and this is why this is like normal. People do this all the time. This is not weird, and this is why. And I just kind of
Right.
started laying all of that out, and then it just kind of grew and grew from there and kind of built from that.
Oh man, what's so and I've had a few guests come through here say the same thing, that they either were supporting her at one point because she was considering herself to be a conservative, or it just came down to where the individuals knew Charlie Kirk and they just knew she was lying flat out. And
Mm-hmm.
then of course, now the just onslaught of attacks against Erica Kirk, and the it puts the children directly in danger as well. you know talk to us about some of the backlash you have experienced with this, because the cult members are stupid, and
Oh,
they know
it's
I feel that way, but they won't read, they won't research, they don't Google.
nope.
Candace is halfway illiterate. I mean, just what are some of the difficulties you've experienced with this?
Yeah, I mean, it's on another level. I mean, because even dealing in the pro
Hmm.
life space, I've had people say some pretty awful, horrible things to me, right?
Hmm.
But yeah, the candy cult, they
God,
take
they are. I mean,
everything above and beyond. Like, however bad you think that it is,
right,
just amplify that times 10. And that's
right.
probably, the reality that a lot of these people that are dealing with this on the day to day are actually dealing with, right? Like,
Hmm.
I would say, like, if only you guys could see my DMs. Like, you
Yeah.
don't
Oh my
even
God.
want don't even want to see the things that I get on the daily.
Oh
It is
no.
just absolutely out of control. Yeah, it's crazy. And like you said, like, you can spoon feed, literally explain it to these people like they are 5 years old, break it down in the most simplest terms, hand it to them on a silver platter of like, I did all the research for you. Here's everything laid out completely. You don't have
Yep.
to even lift a finger. I did it all and it's right here and I'm giving it to you. And then they'll just
Mhm.
respond back and they'll say, "Yeah, I'm not going to read that."
Because they don't
So
read. They
what am I
don't
even
read.
supposed to do with that then? Like, I mean, at that point, there's just no, it's literally like
It's
talking to a
ridiculous.
brick wall. Because
Yeah.
some of these people, I try to go into it and I'm like, okay, maybe they just genuinely are misinformed. Maybe they just genuinely don't know. Right. And so I try to give them the benefit of the doubt of like, okay, well,
Mhm.
here's the information. Here's how we know XYZ, whatever portion of this that we're talking about. Right,
Mhm.
lay it all out for them, give them everything. Again, they don't even have to look at it. Like, they don't have to do
Exactly.
anything. It's completely done for them. I've done all the research, I've done everything. Lay it all out just for them, and the response back is, "Yeah, I'm not going to read that. I'm not going to look at that." And I'm just like, Okay, so then what are we doing right
Do
now?"
it.
Like,
Exactly.
it's just
Exactly.
they have already completely made up their mind that they want to
Mhm.
stay ignorant, and so at that point, like, there's just, you know
Yeah, and it's this hive mentality of allegiance to Candice being this cult leader,
Mhm.
and having this cult of personality. She's a narcissist.
Mhm.
Narcissists have to be the smartest person in the room, and she doesn't know what thunder is. So you can imagine the intellect level of all the cult members.
Or
You
when
know,
water
she's-
freezes, or
yeah, yeah, because water freezes. It's like, what's 8 times 4, Candace? Like, duh. Like, she's gonna give you a color. It's not gonna be a number at all. Like, this,
oh
this
my
is the
gosh.
level of intellect that we're dealing with here, and she's the smartest person in the room. I have to always put that in perspective for people. Don't forget, Candace is the smartest one in the cult. Now you gotta imagine, okay, so the cult members are stupid. And that's I don't feel anything saying that, because even if there are people who are just misinformed, there's so much information out here at our fingertips now, because we bless God for advancement in technology. You can Google something like that and get information. And if you want to check the source of where it's coming from, it's going to give you the little links. Here's where this is coming from. Here's the name of this article this is being pulled from. It is just, incomprehensible why they just at this point choose to be ignorant. But one thing I always tell people, rest assured, the one place Candace has no power is in the court of law. It's something she doesn't know. She wants to avoid at all costs. She stalls on tremendously. She refuses to even tell the court that she will file a motion to dismiss as a part of standard procedure in a civil process. Like, she won't even go there. She wants them to remain at the lowest level of stupidity that they are at, because it's so easy to continue to manipulate them right there.
Yeah.
And at that moment, I've looked at this and said, okay, I can't do anything with that. And that's that cult mentality. They don't care what you tell them. They only care what comes from their cult leader.
The supreme leader. Yeah. I mean, at this point too, it's like, there are people that have dropped off, right? Like I have received those messages of like, hey, I believed Candace in the beginning. I thought that she truly was like trying to do a good thing here, trying to, figure out what really happened, blah, blah, blah. I now know that that is absolutely not the case. I, don't watch her anymore. I don't listen to her anymore. I learned my lesson. I got out of it. Right. So there are those people that are waking up to like what's going on, and they're like, no more, I don't want anything to do with this anymore. And like I said, I have received those messages from people, which is part of why I think I keep doing this, is because if it's like, even if you can reach one person and like change their mind, then it's worth it, right? And there are those people out there, but then you also have those people that I'm just like, pride is a crazy thing. And
oh yes, Lord, it is.
To have to look yourself in the mirror and acknowledge that you were wrong is a very difficult thing to do. It just is. It's just human nature that we just do not want to acknowledge that we were wrong. We don't want to acknowledge that we were tricked or that we were fooled or any of those types of things. It's just a very hard thing to do. So we will continue to talk ourselves into a situation even when we really shouldn't, right? I think we've all experienced that at some point in our life. And so it's like, there are levels to this thing that I'm just like, there's no way. Like at this point, I'm like, the people that are still hanging on to this, like they are going to ride it until the wheels fall off, because how in the world? I mean, literally this week we reached the point, guys, where they are now saying that Israel cannibalized and ate Charlie Kirk. Okay,
that's so ridiculous. It's so demonic.
Like literally, I'm like, every time you think that it can't get any more crazy,
it gets demonic.
They just one up themselves, and it's like, okay, we are to the point now where they are actually typing out on their computer and posting very real posts, and these people are serious. I mean, they are serious as a heart attack. They fully believe that Israel ate Charlie Kirk. Like, what? And I'm just like, okay, at this point, if you are still on this train, there is nothing that's going to get you off of it. Because
not at all.
What?
Not at all. It's almost like I gotten one comment today on X, because I haven't really even had time to check there all day. So one lady, came up in the comment section and responded to me and said, I'm sorry, Miss Lady Luck. I'm not, to the extent of, and I'm not quoting directly, I'm just paraphrasing, I'm not convinced that Tyler Robinson did it. And I say, you know what? I disagree. And that's okay. We don't have to sit here and be angry or to do all the back and forth. I wholeheartedly disagree. And that's fine. Like, that's what, and from my just, research on Charlie Kirk, this is what he wanted, really, is to be able to have conversation where even if you walk away completely disagreeing with each other, You've been at the very least able to express a point or a thought that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
All the nonsense they come up with, it's got to be insulted to what he stood for, being able to express yourself under the First Amendment, maintaining freedom of speech and having, dialogue and even discord when reasonable. But just certain things, it's just like, why are we going to a level where Satan reigns? The cannibalism. I had to pull up scriptures on that and say that no, even if you want to still support Candace, cannibalism, stop it. Like, that's demonic. It's demonic.
What are we doing? Yeah. So because Erica has refused to say where her husband is buried, okay, because she has said that he is buried. Tracy Martin has also said that he was buried, okay?
Mm-hmm.
He was put in the ground. Tracy was like, I was at his funeral. I watched him be put in the ground. He was buried, okay? He was not cremated. He was buried. But because Erica has said, like, this is going to remain private for our family, we are not going to release that information to the public. And I fully understand why she is not doing that. I wouldn't do that either, because these people are crazy.
They're crazy.
And they would try to dig him up, or God only knows what else they would try to do.
That's
right?
a great grave.
Yeah. So because they cannot get that response from her, they just keep taking it into another level and another level of insanity to it's like almost like they think that they can force her into like giving them that information. And it's like, she is not going to give you this information. Leave it alone. Give it up, bro.
She doesn't owe that. And that's the, oh man, they can't handle. Candace cannot, being narcissistic as she is, she can't handle rejection. She doesn't know what to do with it. It's someone telling her no, and then they go home and sleep peacefully at night. It's like it disturbs her, and it's this sense of entitlement that is, causing, overall as humanity, for us to have some displacement when it comes to respect for human life or respect for other people's decisions. So if she does not want to tell them where her husband is buried, she doesn't have to. I put out information flat out saying, if he's in a private cemetery on private property, you will go to jail. Good luck to that. And find out the hard way. I'm not here to explain it. You could read about the law, but I'm not going to even explain it. I hope it's live streamed, and then we get the body cam footage for the cop.
You know that they're stupid enough that they would absolutely film that, because
they would go there and still do it. Go to jail. Don't be cowards now. Don't poke out. No. If you're bold enough to sit here and defy laws and think you're above the rule of law, then be bold enough to take the consequence. That's all. And it's the same thing I say about Candace. You want to sit out here and dox? You want to sit out here and violate HIPAA privacy laws? Then don't get mad when you get sued for it. Don't get mad when you get reported. Take it like a champion. It's that simple. And so that kind of takes us into this, this next, segment that is really, really disturbing. The trend of the cyber doxing, the cyber crimes, the harassment, the bullying, the targeting, just whatever you care to share about what's happened this week and all of the stuff that's happening on X. These people forget that they're real human beings behind these profile names. Some of them are bots, but some of them are real people. Just tell us what's been going on with you and how you feel about it.
Yeah, so I mean, it all started with the Leah files. Basically, I was scrolling on TikTok, and it literally just a video of hers, and like I never really had any interaction with her. Like, I was aware of her, I knew about her, I knew she was a candy culter. I had seen multiple people in the past that were saying that she was not presenting herself authentically online, that she was being very fraudulent in the way that she was presenting her credentials and like her her work experience, her work background, posing as a member of the intelligence community, making it seem like she had higher levels of intel within the government than what she actually had. Okay, so
she worked for the government. I don't know who she is. Does she work for the government?
She did. So she did consult work for different government agencies, but she did so in finance. So her degree is in economics. Okay. And then she has a secondary in finance. Okay. So she was used to, like, one of the companies that hired her, when they hired her, they did a social media post, and it said that they were
Mhm.
bringing her in to work on the supply chains for the Marines. Okay. So
Oh
she
wow.
would like streamline supply chains and, just like where's money being spent? How is it being spent? How can we like make things more efficient? That's kind of what her job was, right?
Okay.
From what I can gather anyway. But not like she's not like a trained CIA agent, okay? Like she's not.
Wow. Okay. So she
um
thought. Wait, she was presenting herself as a trained CIA agent.
yeah, so she actually made a video, because I had people in my comments when I first started talking about this that were like,
Uh-huh.
Lisa, all of her videos have to do with the finances of Turning Point, because she says that they're spending their money fraudulently. They're spending donor money fraudulently, which is also crap, and we can talk about that later. But
Mhm.
one of the videos that I found, she literally sits on this video and pretends to do a profile of Erica Kirk. Now, if you don't know, there are
Mhm.
members of the CIA who are trained in psychological profiling, right? That is
Okay.
a
Yeah.
that is an entire department of the CIA where they
Right.
learn how to read people's body language, and they learn things about their personality that can like give them insight into different profilings and things like that, right?
Got you.
They use this to catch criminals and serial killers and
Interrogation
all kinds of
method.
things. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So she literally she sits there and pretends. I'm gonna say she's pretending because she doesn't have the actual credentials to do this in a
Mhm.
real capacity, but she pretends to do this profiling of Erica Kirk and who she is as a person, and ultimately at the end of this video comes to the conclusion that she's an asset. She's being
What?
used as an asset by the government. Yes. So this woman
Oh
who
gosh.
worked as a financial consultant is sitting here posing like she is a high level intelligence analyst of some kind. She
Wow.
definitely never worked in those types of levels of the government. You know what I mean? Like, yes, she
Right.
worked for the government, but not like that.
Right.
So she definitely was presenting herself fraudulently. Okay.
Wow.
Um, and so basically, I had seen this spoken about her before, and so this particular day, this video pops up that she's going to go on Sean Ryan,
Mhm.
and I was pretty ticked about it because I was like, first of all, it shows that these people run in the same circles, because how coincidental is it that Candace Owens just
All
gets
right.
off Sean Ryan,
On
now
Sean
she's going
Ryan.
on Sean Ryan, and then they all make the circles. Elizabeth Lane was on Tucker Carlson today. Like they all make these little
Mhm.
circles where they just all like have each other on each other's shows, and it's all BS.
It's, oh,
Um
man, that's absolutely
and
crazy.
so that ticked me off. So I posted about it. I said, "Oh, okay. So like the fact that you're going on Sean Ryan, like I just whatever."
And
Um
she expands on this CIA psychological profiling sort of
yeah,
thing that she's not credentialed to do, because you do need to have credentials to do that.
right.
So she
And so
expanded on that.
yeah, and one of the things that I said in my original post when this whole thing kicked off was I
Right.
said, I also pointed out that the people who are, because she was bragging about not only that she was going on Sean Ryan, but she bragged about how I've only been on TikTok for 7 months. I've got all these followers, and now I'm going on Sean Ryan. I'm getting all this attention. And I said, well, yeah, of course you are, because you're selling lies. And
Mhm.
at the end of the day, lies and drama and gossip are obviously going to get way more attention than the truth. I said, those
Right.
of us who are interested in actually putting out the truth, we don't get those kind of numbers. We don't get that
Exactly.
type of attention. We are not making money. We are not, if anything, I'm losing um I'm
Yeah.
hurting myself. I'm actually hurting myself by doing a lot of this. And so I pointed out the fact that she's only been on TikTok for months, but she already has over 200,000 followers, and she has over 100,000 on X, which is almost unheard of to build
Woo.
that type of following on X that quickly, because X is known for being like a slower platform to build off of.
Right.
Um, and I said, it's interesting that I've had my TikTok for 5 years, and I can't even break over 20,000. Like, because again,
Wow.
the truth isn't interesting. Like the truth is not as juicy or as spicy as all of these lies
Yeah.
and things,
I tell
right?
people that.
And
Yep.
so I wasn't saying, and a lot of people were like, oh, you're just saying those numbers because you're jealous. I'm like, no, this is not about jealousy. I'm making the point that the people who are making money off of this are the people who are conning you. They are
Mm-hmm.
lying to you, they are conning you, and they are absolutely making money and getting attention off of this because, again, the truth doesn't sell. That was the whole point of my post, was basically that the truth doesn't sell, and the people who are actually manipulating you are the ones who
Mm-hmm.
are making.
Uh-oh. Did we lose her? Come back. Wait a minute. Oh, Lisa. Oh, what happened? Can you all see and hear me? Oh no. Oh, I think her reception froze. Hi everyone. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. She's frozen. Ah. Let me send her a message right quick. In the meantime, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. If you're over there on X, make sure you are following Lisa Knows on X, Instagram, as well as her TikTok. I don't have TikTok or Facebook, and I'm not getting it. I don't have time for it. But make sure you guys are following her. Um, there's a whole lot of this transpired, and she, of course, has caught the brunt end of the stick. Okay, here we go. There we go. Your reception went out on me. You
No,
back?
sorry, my computer decided that it needs to do an update, and it just force quit everything that I had open. So I
Oh.
will run the update on that later. I'm not going to do that now because that takes forever. So I put you on my phone instead. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. You were telling us about the part where you froze was about her going on Sean Ryan, who Leah Files.
Yeah, and so just basically, yeah, like my whole post was just essentially that the people who are lying to people, the people who are manipulating things to make it seem more juicy and salacious are getting the attention. They're definitely the ones that are making money off of this. Those of us who are telling the truth, we are actually doing more harms to ourselves than
Mm-hmm.
helping ourselves at the end of the day, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
definitely not making money off of this. You guys want to know what I
Right.
made off of TikTok last month? $30. Woohoo! Like,
I
yeah,
tell people
buddy.
this, like it doesn't pay to tell the truth. It's
No.
honestly, it comes down to presentation, and at this point, I control Candace like the rest of them. But when it comes down to the things that she's doing and saying that are absolutely damaging to people, their
Mm-hmm.
safety, livelihood, credibility, you know, I have no quarrels with proving her wrong. I just don't. And I don't have an issue with putting out the information. I get kicked back all the time, and I'll go out and post a law. And
Right.
I got someone told me they community posted me on X, all because I posted the law about her putting out evidence that the judge in an order said do not release. So you violate the judge's order. I put out the law about that, and then that law gets community posted. How does that work? I'm like, that
It's
you can't community post the law. It's the law.
community notes are the absolute
What does
they're a
that
joke.
mean?
They have just completely they've infiltrated community notes to the point that community notes just don't even mean anything anymore. Like
It
literally they've
doesn't.
become such a joke. It's gotten so bad. Like one of the things I was going to mention was like one of the things that is really weird about all of this that like has
Mm-hmm.
happened is you see how they lie about you and things that you know about your own life to be true. And it's the most trippy thing ever. Like I remember growing up and you would see things about celebrities in like magazines and you're like, "Oh, I like is that true? That's crazy." Like, and now like to be on the other side of that and actually have people say things about you that you know for a fact are not true and have never happened in your life
Mm-hmm.
is a trip. But not only that, they have now taken it a step further that they are now community noting me on my post about my own life. Okay. So not too long ago, I had a girl make a video about me saying that my pastor was a specific pastor. He is not my pastor because we don't go to that church. And I literally said, this is not my pastor. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I would know who my own pastor is in my life. I think I would know that information about myself. And so I made a post saying, like, no, this is not my pastor. And blah, blah, blah. And literally, they put a community note because I had previously posted about him being my pastor. And so they literally put a community note on there saying that he was my pastor. I said, you guys, people can switch churches. Wow.
Jesus.
Crazy concept, but people can attend a church and then however many months later no longer attend that church, which is like something that people do. So
Right.
yes, just because a few months ago he was my pastor, that does not mean that he is currently my pastor any longer. My life has changed. Okay.
I don't know.
And
Why you
not
make
even
a
kidding
passion
you,
with that?
not even kidding you, they successfully got a community note posted on there that this individual is my pastor, even though he absolutely is not. And I know my own
My
freaking life, bro.
God.
Like, and then there was just another one the other day that was something else about my life. And I was like, that is not even true. I know my own life. Stop putting community notes about my own freaking life. These people are psychotic.
Oh, you know
Like,
what I have to do?
it's infuriating,
It
actually.
is. This is, and I can tell, and this is part of what I think people need to hear the same reasonable ones. Because we're not. Let me tell y'all something in the chat. My mods are not for play today.
Hmm.
Okay, they're not for play today. You don't even. They already know. I let comments fly because I can clown out the cult members with the best of them. But you're not gonna force yourself on someone else's life. You're not gonna sit here and say, no, that's not your pastor, this is your pastor. You can't tell someone that. Plus you don't pay Lisa Knows bills. And if you don't pay her bills, you're not paying her bills at all. You don't have to take care of her kids. You don't have to buy food or clothes or shoes or shelter, prescription medications, pay for doctor's appointments or business. I can keep going. You are
It's
a
crazy.
non-factor in her life, and I'm happy to say that.
Yeah, it
Coming
is the
in here trying
weirdest.
to attack her is going to do what again? Because that don't work over here. That don't work over here. I
Yeah,
can care less
I
how
think that
them
that has
Courtney
been
feel.
one of
I
the
don't care about
weirdest
this shit.
things is just watching people like make these crazy assumptions about your life, and then when you actually try to correct the record, they are still standing 10 toes down and like doubling and tripling down on
Oh,
things
I
that I'm
don't.
like, that never happened. I know my own life. So yeah, I get told all the time that I work for Gary. Never have worked for Gary in my entire life. Paramount Tactical, don't work for him. That I work for Turning Point USA.
What that make
Never
this
have
up?
worked for Turning Point USA in my entire life. Project Constitution not too long ago tried to tell me that I have a drug problem. I have
Oh,
never
that's defamatory.
I have never had a drug problem in my entire life.
That's defamatory.
I don't have issues with addiction. Oh, probably I'm probably addicted to social media. I think we're probably pretty much all addicted to social media at
Girl.
this point. But outside of that, I've never been have a gambling problem. I've never had a drinking problem. I've never had a drug problem. That's just thankfully not something I've ever dealt with because I was raised by an
Good.
alcoholic drug addict, and I feel like when you're a child of an alcoholic and a drug addict and you've lived in that type of household, you either gravitate towards it or you want nothing to do with
Stay
it.
away
I was
from it.
that
Yep.
kid that I wanted nothing to do with it. I saw the struggles that my parents had and I was like, everything that they're doing is my example of what not to do, and I stayed very far away from that.
Yeah.
So thankfully, like I said, I have never struggled with any of those things. But yeah, I mean, I just the other day I had someone try to tell me that I'm a felon. No, I've never even been cuffed by a cop in my entire life.
Jesus
Never.
Christ. You
Never
can't make
even
this
had,
up.
never, the most that I've ever even had to speak to a cop in my life was for a speeding ticket, which I think we've all probably had speeding tickets at some
Yeah.
point in our
They
life.
suck.
But outside of like the normal speeding ticket, which even a speeding ticket, I don't think I've had one of those in like, gosh, 6 or 7 years probably now. Um, So outside of
Unbelievable.
like speeding tickets, which everybody has gotten at some point, I've never been handcuffed. I've never even been put in a jail cell ever, never. Um, so yeah, it's just, so I think that's one of the craziest things is to watch people say things about you online and you're like, that didn't happen. That's not my life. I had someone the other day claim in a video that I worked at McDonald's. I've never worked in
Oh
fast
my
food in my entire life.
God, it's something now. See,
Um,
this is gonna be Wendy's and Popeye's chicken. How crazy is this gonna get again with this checklist? My Lord.
when I was younger, I worked as a waitress for a while to get through high school and college, but I was never so I worked as a server or as a waitress. But yeah, I never worked in fast food. Like I just again like I could keep going, but yeah, like just the crazy
Oh my
things that
God.
you read or about yourself or have people say about yourself, and you're like that didn't happen in my life, but okay, that's interesting.
Good grief. Can you and speaking of the Sean Ryan interview with Leah Fowles, what,
Yeah.
what exactly transpired with that led to
I don't think
the
that it's
what
aired
the,
yet, so I don't know.
so
Oh, you just mean
what is
like,
she like there the post is saying that you doxed her, she doxed you, something happened. Can
right,
you
okay.
explain what happened with that?
Yeah, yeah. So basically, so a guy named Sean Campbell on X, he is actually an
Mhm.
investigative journalist. He's been working as a journalist for, gosh, I think he said like 12 or 13 years.
Okay.
So he actually was having his own run-ins with the Leah files, separate from me. This happened on the same day, but we didn't even know that this was happening with each other because him and I had never spoken before. We had no
Mhm.
connection to each other at all. It
Okay.
wasn't until later through all of this that we ended up connecting with each other and put the pieces together of what actually happened. Okay. So basically, he was the one that was like, wait a minute, this lady is absolutely presenting herself as having credentials online with her work history that she doesn't have. She's presenting herself as being a member of the intelligence community, and she is
Wow.
not at all, not even close. So he, as an investigative journalist, started digging into her work history specifically, and again, her credentials for her work experience and all of that.
Right.
He put two and two together. He like found her stuff online. He
Hmm.
verified her identity, and he was the one that first posted it. Okay. And what he found was that a previous employer of hers had
Hmm.
made a post with her photo and said like, oh, we're happy to welcome um I'm not going to say her real name because
Yes.
she'll get all up in
Yeah.
arms about it, but it had her actual name on there and the
Hmm.
company that she worked for and what her role was with that job. They had it
Okay.
on their website and they had it posted on all of their social media sites. Okay.
Okay.
So Sean was the one that actually exposed that information, and he literally made a post tagging her saying, you've been presenting yourself as this high level member of the intelligence community when
Hmm.
actually you are a low level contractor who works in finance.
So
And
she
he,
wasn't even directly employed with the CIA. She was a contractor.
yeah, she was contracted with the CIA, the NSA, I think the Marines, and a couple other
Wow.
government
Okay.
agencies. But, and she wasn't even dealing with high level, like, intel or anything like that. She was dealing with, like, supply chains and, you know,
Hmm.
control, like comp controller stuff and
Hmm.
compliance and things like that. Okay.
Hmm.
So anyway, Sean was the one that exposed all of that. And even Sean, I will like tell you, he did not go into her family. He did not go into
Hmm.
her children. He did not post her address or where she lives or anything like that. He
Hmm.
only stuck to her work history and her credentials because that is what was relevant to what was being discussed online, okay? He
Okay.
he stayed in a very narrow window of what we were talking about and why it was relevant to how she had presented herself and how that was
Hmm.
fraudulent. Okay. And that was
Okay.
it. He didn't go into a bunch of crazy stuff about her life. Like he didn't do all of that. That's not doxing. To take a previous employer's post that was already available online and just
Hmm.
repost that and be like, actually, you're presenting yourself this way, but this
Hmm.
is your real credentials.
Okay.
Like,
You're being a fraud.
That it can be searched by anyone in the public.
Yes,
Anyone
and he
can
was
look
like,
this up.
"You're a fraud," basically, and he called her out
Okay.
for being a fraud because she was being fraudulent. And so
Mhm.
anyway, all I did was take Sean's post and reposted it because I saw it and I reposted
Right.
it, and I was like, "Okay, yeah, like I've been saying that this woman is a fraud." And here is clear receipts and evidence because he had the actual receipts to show her work history that she
Mhm.
was presenting herself fraudulently. And that was
Mhm.
all that was discussed. And not only that, I will say prior in my previous post about the whole Sean Ryan thing, Leah was in my comments and I gave her every opportunity to give her credentials and she refused. Refused. And I
Mhm.
said, look, if you're going to come online and present yourself as this level of authority, you need to provide those credentials to show that you actually have that level of authority, right? Because
Right.
people are going to take that level of authority and think that it is important. They're going to hang their hat on that. And
Mhm.
so, you're giving yourself this extra level of validation. And so if you actually don't have that, that's problematic. But if you do, then
Mhm.
just provide your work history and your credentials. That's all I asked her to do. And she absolutely refused. She told me no, that she doesn't owe me that information. I said, okay, well, then basically the standard is that anybody can get online then and just present themselves as whatever they want. If I want to just say that I'm a
Wow.
doctor, I guess I can just apparently say that I'm a doctor now. And even
Yeah.
though I don't have an MD, well, you know what? Oh, well, I guess I don't owe you that information, even though I'm presenting myself as a doctor, right?
Right. People go to jail for that.
Yeah, they do.
These fake veneer texts, all of these fake, BBL, cosmetic surgeons that aren't licensed or credentialed. They go to jail. I think
Right.
that in two, when it comes to how you present yourself, you want to say, hey, I'm not an expert. I'm not a licensed psychologist or a psychiatrist, but from someone's behavior based on this research, here's what I deduce: A, B, C, D. She was out, and correct me if I'm wrong, saying as a CIA intelligence officer, this psychological profile of Erica Kirk is ABCD. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes.
So Sean Campbell, he's an investigative journalist, said, mighty interesting. I found this post of some previous employer that you worked with that was online, available to the public, and saw that you don't work in that field. You're not credentialed or licensed. And the average, and here's the thing when it comes to this, the court would ask, what would the average reasonable person deduce hearing this information? If you're questioning about whether or not it's defamatory or even doxing, and you're presenting yourself as a CIA agent of some sort, and you have the credentials, because oftentimes you need to have credentials to be able to do a psychological profile. Typically, that's done by a psychologist or a psychiatrist.
Yeah,
So
I
you
mean
need
that
to have
takes
the
years
education.
of training to know how to do that.
Right. And to the level where you're doing this for an intelligence agency of the federal government of the United States of America.
Right.
If you present yourself and say that you are serving in this role, in this capacity, the average reasonable viewer and listener would deduce that this is who you are. And if it is not truthful or accurate, that's fraudulent. And that lands people in jail. People have been charged and arrested with impersonating federal government employees, federal investigators. People go to jail for that. There's federal laws as to why you don't do that. So if you and anyone else were to see the video of her trying to do this profile, and she actually said verbally that she's a CIA intelligence officer, and here is a psychological profile of Erica Kirk, the average person would actually walk away believing that she is a CIA intelligence officer with the credentials to do these psychological profiles.
Right.
That is impersonation. It doesn't matter how you feel about anything, because the court does not give a damn how anybody feels. What does the law say? The
Right.
average reasonable listener and viewer will walk away believing and understanding that she is presenting herself as a CIA intelligence officer with the credentials to do that. And if that's not the case, and you have not gone into anything that is not available online to the public, then that's not doxing. You retweeted a message. You retweeted something an investigative journalist put out there.
And it wasn't malicious. Again, Sean was very specific to only stay in her work history. He didn't go outside the bounds of that. Again, he didn't find her husband or her children or where she lives or put her address online or nothing like that. It was strictly the work information and the credentials, because that is what we were talking about. Okay. And he did not go outside the bounds of that, because I would never share. If he had gone outside the bounds of that, I would have never shared that. I only shared it because it was strictly about what was being discussed with her work history. Okay. And so anyway, and again, I'd already given her ample opportunity to give those credentials, and she refused to do it. So like, you know, she had every opportunity to set the record straight, and she did not want to do that. So anyway, Sean, you know, released that information. She actually made an entire post tagging Sean, saying that she was going to sue him. He had doxed her. This was defamation, blah, 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 the whole nine. She had it up there for maybe, I don't know, an hour, and then it disappeared. She deleted it.
Why?
Because the very next day, she decided that I was going to be her target and not Sean. So the next morning we get up. At this point, Sean and I had like connected. He had DM'd me, and we had finally connected over this whole thing, because up until that point, him and I had never spoken before. Okay. I didn't know who he was. And he was filling me in on some of the other details of things that he had found about her to like further proof that she just wasn't who she really said that she was, right? And so anyway, yeah, the next morning we wake up, that post is gone, and now there's a post that I'm tagged in, and she's saying that I am the culprit, that I found her information, that I verified her online, and that I put it out to the masses. I did not.
You can tell what a repost looks like on X, though.
And not only that, she had already had contact with Sean. She knew that he was the one that found it, because he told her that he did. He fully admitted that he was the person that did it. And she blocked him. She blocked him, deleted the post where she was calling him out, and then started tagging me all over everything as the person that doxed her, knowing full well that I wasn't. Okay. She also made a post on her TikTok. She made a video post blasting my name to everyone. So in total, my name was blasted out to over 300,000 of her followers. She sent a literal army after me. Okay.
Goodness. Really?
Not only that, we have a comment from her own comment section where she literally, there's someone that asked her, how did keyword there, how did he get the photo? And she responds to that person, and she says, apparently one of my old employers had it posted on their website. So she fully acknowledges that she wasn't doxxed, and she's fully acknowledging that Sean is the one who found the information, not this girl right here. She fully acknowledged in public that I was not the one who did this. He did. Sean did. He already had taken full acknowledgement of it. She had already spoken to him and decided to block him and backtrack on everything, and decided that I was going to apparently be her new target. So she literally came after me just maliciously, knowing full well that I wasn't even the one who found this information. I wasn't the one that reintroduced this information back to the public. None of the above. And I have all of the receipts to prove that.
Right. I was going to ask that. So, if you had to backtrack every digital step online between TikTok and X and wherever else this is, would you be able to say, here you go, Mr. CIA agent, investigate away? You can follow the trail of all the digital steps, man, because that's what we're doing. We're online, right? We're leaving digital footprints, and it gives IP addresses with date and timestamps. So you can, if need to, present this evidence to an agent to say, here's proof I didn't dox her. I simply reposted a post on X, and that's it.
Yep.
And they would be able to confirm that if there was an investigation of some sort, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, after that happened, after she switched her tactic from focusing on Sean, blocked him, and then switched everything to blasting my name everywhere, it just got crazy. I was getting hammered. I mean, my DMs were filled with comments calling me a demon, telling me to kill myself. I mean, they were reporting all of my content left and right. I almost lost my TikTok account. I had people in my comments saying, she's coming for you. She's going to sue you. You better find a good lawyer. You're in trouble now. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, for days, it was just days of that. Just relentless. And I was like, I literally, like, because I'm the first one that, like, if I screw up, I will own my crap. Like, if I would have done this, I would have owned that I did this. I'm literally sitting there being like, the one time that I actually didn't do anything. I didn't do this. I literally did not do this. I didn't. First of all, she wasn't doxxed. Okay. Even Sean did not dox her. That's not doxing. And also, she knew full well that I wasn't the person that did this. But she sent her freaking followers after me with a vengeance, bro. Like irresponsibly sent 300,000 people to just attack me. It was crazy. So anyway, for days, man, I was just fielding left and right, just absolute insanity online. I still have some of them in my comments, but it's kind of thankfully it's kind of mellowed out now. But wow, yeah, for several days there, it was just absolutely nuts.
So
and then in that process, because she blasted me in that process, I actually did get doxxed. My full family, my full like picture. So childhood photos of me from when I was in school was put online. My full maiden name, my full married name, my middle name, my husband's full name, pictures of our children, pictures of my extended family, my in-laws was posted online. My husband's social media, all of his accounts were posted online. Like, so in her work history being exposed and her blasting me everywhere when I wasn't even the person that did this, other people on her behalf, I guess, decided that they were going to actually dox me.
So, this is unbelievable. And your kids, your husband, none of your relatives are on social media. They're not out, blasting themselves.
I mean, they're on social media like normal, like to keep up with information about their grandkids, and because we live in another state away from our family members, so it's a way for them to maintain contact with family. But outside of that, no, like they're not on the internet
to intimidate. Like the idea of doxing, and I think people forget what the legal definition of doxing is. If there is an intent to harass, or to bring harm, or to intimidate, that is doxing, even if the information is public. So that is what the law defines doxing to be. If there is an intent to intimidate, harass, you're bullying, you're targeting, people catch death threats, you have a natural fear for your life, for your safety, because of this information being released out, that is what the law defines to be doxing. So it doesn't matter that her husband may have had a page in whatever. If the idea of, I'm going to put your name out here because I'm mad, being vindictive, and I want everybody to go after you. Not that she came after you with the law. She didn't sue you. She didn't sue Sean. What's his name? Sean Robinson? Sean Campbell. She didn't sue Sean Campbell. She did not report any of that to the CIA. She didn't ask for an investigation by the FBI because she believed she was doxxed. She took no legal action in that regard. But if there is an intent to threaten, intimidate, or harass, if that is the goal of you putting somebody's real name out there, that is still doxing. Period. That's what the law says. So she would not have a case, and she does this and still forgets that she deleted a post that she sent to Sean Campbell. So whatever happened with her communication with Sean Campbell? Well, why did she delete that and then
she blocked him? So she initially made the post saying that he was the one that was responsible and that she was going to sue him and that he was, this was defamation, which again, it wasn't. Her work history is literally right there for people to see that it doesn't match up with what she's presenting herself as, but whatever. Either way, like, fully acknowledged that he was the one that like found this information, released this information, and then immediately, for whatever reason, decided that she was going to switch course, delete that post with him being tagged in it, block him, and then post about me, make a video about me, and then it just all went downhill from there. It was just crazy. So,
oh my God.
I don't know where in this they decided that I was the better target, other than I'm sure that, Barron started to get involved. Baron Coleman started to get involved, so I'm sure
this is the bar license attorney. God,
yeah, right?
He's supposed to be an officer of the court.
Yep, he threatened to release information. He's told me for a while that he has a file on me. I know that he has a file on me. He's let me know that he has a file of my information. And every once in a while he'll pop up and do a whole, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to release this information about you, Lisa. Granted, there's nothing in there other than, I just don't want my full-blown address put on the internet. But besides that, again, I've never been arrested. I don't have any criminal history. If I did, I would tell you. I don't have anything to hide. My life is very boring, mundane, run-of-the-mill. I've been married to my high school sweetheart. Wow. Like, it's pretty boring around here. I get up every day, I go to work, I take care of my children, come home, rinse and repeat, pretty much. But yeah, like, anyway,
Baron Coleman is doxing people. You can't make this.
Oh yeah, he is the king. He is the king of doxing.
And
he
so
is the worst of the worst.
Has anyone reported him to the FBI? Because if he puts out any information, he will be giving you evidence.
He needs to be reported to the bar, is what he needs to be reported to.
Absolutely, that should go hand in hand.
I mean, after just what he did to Gary's producer, Jen.
He did this to Jen.
Oh, it's even worse. So Jen, if anybody doesn't know, she had left a domestic violence situation several years ago. It was difficult for her to escape that situation, but she was able to escape that situation, and she had kept herself pretty well, like, completely private so that nobody could find her. Specifically, this individual that she has a restraining order against, to keep this man away from her, because if this man found her, he was going to kill her. Okay? Like, her life was legitimately in danger. Yes. So we found out that Barron was getting ready to release a ton of information on her. He had said that he was going to do a whole episode blasting her online, okay? So we found out about it. Jen, of course, is in a panic, and she was like, "Oh, that's one of my stalkers." In your comments.
No, hold on. Can I address this? Because what's her name? A good Chloe.
Yeah, Chloe is one of my stalkers.
I don't know.
She's the one that likes to tell. She's the one that likes to tell me who my own pastor is. Actually,
she's the one that says. I asked Chloe. I do this because over here in the Lady Luck Club, I operate different. I will answer your question, and you're asking. Okay, so is the public information being put out there? Is it still doxing? So the law states, even if, and if you want, I can pull it up. Even if the information is public or the person is a public figure, if there is an intent to harass, intimidate, or to threaten, or the person that is being doxed feels a imminent threat on their life or some sort of threat to their livelihood, that they're being put in danger, the law defines that to be doxing. So I'm gonna pull this up because I want, this is the thing, I want people to understand the law, and then that way you can say you know it, and if anything else happens, now what the court does not permit is willful ignorance or tactical stupidity, because ignorance of the law is not a defense in court. And that's why it's disgusting that Baron Coleman is doing this, because being a bar licensed attorney means you're an officer of the court. So if he's out here doxing and breaking the law, it is automatic for him to be reported to the bar, And he also should be reported to the FBI since he's doing this online.
Yeah.
This will fall under their jurisdiction. So I want you to understand, I'll pull it up so you can understand, doxing online, and even if information is public, why you still cannot do it with the intent when there is a real threat. I don't know if Lisa knows.
Let's be real. The only reason that you're releasing someone's address and their children and where they live and all of that online is because you want to bring them harm. You don't release that kind of information unless you want to do them harm. Period, point blank. You don't talk about that.
Right.
Which is exactly why nobody did that to Leah, by the way. Nobody released where she lives. Nobody released her husband's name. Nobody released her children's names, which we could have easily done. It was not hard to find that information, but we did not do that. We specifically stuck to her work history because that is relevant to what was being talked about, and that was it. That was the boundary, and we stayed within that boundary.
Right.
And when nobody was releasing that with the intent to harm her, it was simply saying, "Hey, you have stated online or presented yourself as being one way, but the reality is you are actually credentialed as this over here, and that is the problem. These two things don't match up. These two things don't line up, and this is problematic." Right. So,
and here's the thing too to remember: doxing a federal government employee is an actual crime. So that is why if Sean Campbell seems like he has some level of journalistic integrity, was able to just do a surface level background search because she purported herself to be a CIA agent, an actual federal government employee with the credentials to do a psychological profile. If she said that and she actually purported herself as that, then asking her to actually show that she has these credentials and she's purporting herself to have this background where she can do psychological profiles, where if she says something inaccurate or that's false, that's defamatory. So if you're going to go out here and say, well, I did a psychological profile on someone and I work for the CIA and this is what I do all day, every day, the average reasonable person in the court of law would say, oh, okay, well, listening to this person in a video, they will walk away with the understanding that this is who she is and what she does. And therefore, whatever she's doing, her psychological profile would be taken as the gospel, so to speak. People would believe what she's saying to be accurate, when in any other scenario it's defamatory, because we don't know if she's giving out provable false statements here simply because she wants people to think that she has the credentials to do that. What is actually happening is she's defaming Erica Kirk. She's calling her whatever that came up in that psychological profile.
She told everyone that she was a government asset.
Right.
Which is ridiculous.
And now that brings more harassment and targeting to Erica Kirk, because people, you got some real crazy loose screw people out there that hang on every word that Candace says. And anyone that agrees with her or parrots her talking points, people out there are hanging on her every word. And there are people who will take that serious. They will take that to heart. And they will look at Erica Kirk like an asset. There's no joking about that. That is not a game. That is that woman's life. She's already getting death threats and kidnapping threats. And the law states that even if Erica Kirk feels that her life has been put in even more greater danger, or even Lisa knows, that is doxing. Period. Plain and simple. So going out, calling yourself, doing a psychological profile, calling someone an asset of the government, just to sit and try to put them in a category where they have to take fault and blame for their husband being assassinated on national television.
So crazy.
It is defamatory. And Leah Files, whoever she is, would not be able to explain that to a judge in a court of law. That's not reporting. There's no integrity in that. And you purporting yourself to be a federal government employee, that's impersonation. That's a felony. I don't even want anybody to assume that I'm an attorney. Why? No, we can all read. You now, if you listen, you catch me dead on a law school campus, somebody's playing a joke on me and Jesus. I mean, it's that simple. I don't want to go to law school, but I do understand the importance of knowing the law. And
Right.
it's right here. I just simply did a Google search right here.
Mm-hmm.
So if Lisa
Um,
Knowles felt that she was threatened and her life was put in danger and she received death threats and she received, any other threats to do harm to her or her children or her husband, she could report it and send it over to the FBI. And then what? It's not worth it.
well, and then, I mean, right before that, literally 2 weeks before that, I had someone post my location in real time, like where I was.
Jesus, are you serious?
Dead serious. I actually filed a report with the police. I have the report number. Obviously, I'm not going to share it because I don't want people to go look it
Yeah,
up.
no,
But
no, no, no. You don't know.
um,
Don't say
but
that.
yeah, I I literally, so that was coming right off of yeah, I was out running errands, and I just happened to like check my X account like when I was out in public,
Mm-hmm.
and right there in my comments they said it was something about like I see you, you're wherever, and they actually posted where I was. Now in real time, like I didn't like acknowledge that that was the case in real time, but yeah, this person knew
Mm-hmm.
where I was, posted my exact location when I was there. Um, and so yeah, that thoroughly freaked me out. I started checking my
Hmm.
car for bugs. I was like, do they have a tracker like a on my car? Like I was tripping out. Like it scared me. So yeah, I filed a police report for that. And so coming right off of somebody literally actually knowing where I was in real time and posting that location,
My God.
um, we go right into all of this crap with the Leah files and being accused of doxing when I'm like, I didn't even do anything. First of all, I'm like 3 people twice removed from this situation. This is garbage. Um, and so I'm like, okay, great. So
God.
I was actually worried that that first night that it happened, I was like, great. Am I gonna get swatted? Like, are they gonna send people to my house to try to swat me? Like,
Oh
it
my
it was
God.
crazy. Thankfully, nothing happened. Nobody showed up. Thank God. But like, yeah, it gets crazy out here. So
This is so that's very,
oh,
very dangerous.
to follow up on Baron Coleman though, and what he did to Gary's producer Jen. So we knew
Yeah.
that he was getting ready to release all that information about her, and we knew that she was in, again, a very serious, very dangerous domestic
Mm-hmm.
violence situation. Okay, so we
Mm-hmm.
went to Baron before he released all of this in private. Gary did. He was able to get on a phone call with him, and he
Mm-hmm.
explained all of this, and he said, "Please do not do this. If you release this information, Jen is going to actually be in danger. She has fled a domestic violence situation. This man has been looking for her for several years. She has a restraining order against him. Do not release this information. You are going to legitimately put her in danger." Baron Coleman laughed, got off the phone, did the episode, and then doubled and tripled down on putting a woman who was fleeing a domestic violence situation in harm's way. He thought it was hilarious. Absolutely thought it was hilarious. So now Jen is actually seeking legal ramifications against him because he not only like was warned that this was a very real, and they actually showed Baron proof. They showed him proof that she actually had all of these things in place, that she was very serious. It was a very serious situation.
Uh-huh.
And nope, he didn't care. He went ahead and did
So
it
malicious
anyway.
intent. That's
Absolutely.
malicious intent.
So all these people that are like, "Oh, Barron has done this, but it's not to cause harm." No, he
It does cause harm.
absolutely is the king of doxing. He has done this fully and completely, knowing full well that he is causing harm, and he has done it anyway, and he has doubled down on that harm. So Baron Coleman is the worst of the worst. He is the scum of the
Jesus
earth.
Christ.
And yeah, he's an awful human being. And Jen is not the only one. He has done that to multiple people. So Jen was just like the worst of, like, she actually had like a legitimate situation that if her information was released, it would really put her in danger.
Right.
Which he did, again, he didn't care. He did not care about that at all. But he's doxed a couple people. There for a while, people on our side were receiving really weird phone messages where like it would just come up as like unknown caller, and they wouldn't say anything on the other line and they just dropped the line. We had people that were called just from a random number that ended up being Barron, and he was threatening their spouse. It was a
What?
woman that he threatened her spouse. Like, gave all this information about their family owned business online. I mean, he is literally like the worst. Barron Coleman is awful.
And
Awful.
oh my God, he still got his bar license. What in the world? Oh, what an insult to the rule of law
crazy,
he is.
dude.
He's a walking insult to the
And this is
rule
why
of
we
law.
say everything with these people is projection. Whatever they're accusing you of doing, they are
That's what they do.
actually doing 10 times worse. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how it is with Candace. That's how it is with Barron. That's how it is with Stu Peters, Ian Coleman, Ian Carroll, sorry, all of them. Like,
Mhm.
whatever it is that they say that people are doing, they are actually doing a million times worse.
Yeah. And it is extortion too. That's a good point, Anna. Thank you for that. Saying that if you do this or do that, I'm gonna release this and that. That's extortion. And you're
Yeah.
trying to blackmail someone to get them, to stop talking, to silence them. You're trying to silence someone that is calling you out. That's not how that works. And he doesn't give a damn, obviously. So no one should give a damn about reporting him to the bar then. Take the consequences that come with it. You want to walk
I think
around
that
here
he
knuckles
has.
broke?
I think that there are people that have reported him. I don't know, like, if it's actually gone anywhere or if it's being investigated currently, but I do know that people have reported him. I just don't know where that stands currently.
It
But
needs to that needs to accompany an FBI, report, because there's no reason for him to be doing that. How's he getting people's phone numbers and stuff? He's obviously going into software programs that, he's able to pull
I
up
don't know.
information on random people like this. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, people were literally
don't work
getting
at
random
internet.
calls that were showing up as like no caller ID, and they were answering it, and it was Barron on the other line, like yelling and cussing them out. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Who is he? Like, why is he making himself more important than he really is? What's wrong with him?
I don't know. He's crazy.
Man, this boy.
But again, this is the type of stuff that people on our side of this whole thing, this is what we deal with all the time behind the scenes that you guys just don't hear about, that you don't know about. But yeah, I mean, this is not funsies. Nobody is signing up to call out Candace for her crap, and we're doing it because it's a good old time. We are just dealing with drama after drama, crap after crap, just
Right.
nonstop attacks after attacks. Again, you don't like sign up to do this because it's gonna make your life amazing and it's gonna be a vast improvement. No,
Right.
it is a downgrade for sure. But I'm doing it because at the end of the day, Erica Kirk does not deserve what has happened to her. The level of defamation that has happened to that woman is unlike anything that I've ever seen in my entire life. It is on another level. And at the end of the day, it's just the right thing to do is to stand up and push back against this crap.
Right.
And we actually have seen that since we've started pushing back against it, we are actually like we are winning in this battle.
I hope so.
It's slow and
I hope so.
it is slow and steady, no doubt, but we have already seen like massive gains there. And the preliminary hearings definitely helped tremendously. There was a lot of people that walked away after that because they were like, this is crazy. Like, Candace is a liar. She's been lying to everyone. And so when we actually get to the trial, it's donezo. Like, she is done. Signed, sealed, delivered is done. Now, it's just whether or not we can survive the next 2 years until we get to the freaking trial. That's going to be the bigger question.
That's what's so dangerous about this is that you got this idea that we can't disagree on certain concepts, or I can debate an opinion, but facts are facts. That's not debatable. Law is not debatable. If you unless you're in a court of law, you're an attorney, you can make a legal argument, but the law is the law, and it is what it is. And that's something that these people aren't thinking about. They're sacrificing their liberty and freedom because they're trying to parrot Candace's talking points. You got people out here that are actually issuing death threats to Erica Kirk. One person, one or two people are now in jail? At least one man is in jail because of it.
Yep.
They're sacrificing their liberty and freedom. That goes to show what they're willing to do for some cause they believe in.
I just posted that today. I was like, some of my background is in the medical field. Not as a professional, but I worked in
Healthcare settings.
what do I want to say? So I was a 911 dispatcher. I was certified in dispatch for several years, and then I also worked in patient registration and stuff like that in a hospital. So even people who deal with registration, all of that, if you're touching any type of protected health information, PHI, you are trained on HIPAA. You have to be HIPAA certified, and you are not allowed to release that information, whether you are the front desk person that's just answering the phones, whether you are checking people in for their appointments and scheduling their appointments to come back, which was what I would do for people. Like, again, I worked at the front desk, so I was scheduling appointments and things like that. Whether you're even just that type of person, you don't even have to be a medical professional, but you are absolutely held to the bounds of HIPAA. And so, like, I literally posted today, I said, I cannot believe some of these people that are willing to absolutely throw their entire life, like their career, away, their entire reputation. These people that are willing to go to prison just to put information in Candace's hand. It has been really wild to watch people be willing to throw their entire life down the drain just to get this woman information, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that are going to be putting. Now, Candace can have some secondary repercussions for some of the things that she's done, because she still, you still can't release someone's private health information.
Not at all.
Even if you're not bound to HIPAA, you still can't release private health information. You can still get sued for that, for sure.
Absolutely.
So she can still have repercussions, don't get me wrong, but the people who are going to have the heaviest of repercussions are the people that are jeopardizing their jobs and all of these things to give her this information. And I said, this is why we call you guys a cult. It's stuff just like this that this is why we call you a cult, because you are willing to jeopardize your entire life to get on this woman's radar and get her attention. And it's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I reminded people, I said, Charles Manson never actually murdered anybody. He never physically murdered anybody. He convinced all of his little brainwashed followers to do his dirty deeds for him, and they did. Now, obviously, again, he was still punished for that because he was the mastermind behind it all. Yeah. But at the end of the day, Candace Owens may not physically be out here doing these things, but she is manipulating these people into doing her bidding for her. And it's just as bad. It's just as dark. It's just as nefarious. And at the end of the day, I say that she's just as culpable. So,
oh yeah, absolutely. She's got 2 lawsuits in her lap because she understands the hard way, because it's the only way she's gonna learn that she is just as culpable. You can't go out here and just defame someone and accuse them of aiding in some cover up of a whole murder. That is a crime in and of itself. And Candace, no one cares that you don't care about the definition of the word defamation. At the end of the day, though, if you get sued, go to court. Just go to court. Don't be going through all this nonsense and hoopla. Go to court. Tell your court members why you keep filing motions to dismiss. Go to court. That's it. Don't dodge it. Own up to it. Like, it's the cowardice for me. And I'm so glad you brought this up. Let me show y'all this. I want you all to see and understand. See, we call it over here quick, because I don't. 9 months ago, I said, I don't understand why this heifer just doxed Charlie Kirk. Y'all see this video? 9 months ago. And this only got, 1,200 views? This goes to prove what you said, Lisa knows about us putting out information. We don't get millions of views like that. No. I don't have.
I have yet to ever have a post hit 1 million views. It's never happened.
Yeah, I don't. My videos don't go viral like that. So the idea that if Visual wants to give me $7,000, that stuff don't work on me. Give me the money.
Right. There's a lot of people that owe me money at this point, man. Let me tell you.
Candace owed me $10,000. Israel owes me $7,000. Apparently, times 10 months. This is 9 months ago, and I want you all to pay attention to this. 9 months ago, when she put up that EMR shot, because it was a screenshot of an EMR record of him going to the emergency room. It had his name and date of birth on it. and some other PHI on it.
His
I
medical
called it
record
9 months.
number that she blasted to everybody.
Yes, I called it 9 months ago. I said, why is this happening? And Erica Kirk didn't give this heifer permission to post up her husband's private health information, even in death. Your health information is still protected by federal law.
Yes.
And the way she obtained it illegally, because the person that sent it to her
Broke the law.
covered entity, the hospital, broke the law. They violated HIPAA and not only sent her that screenshot of the EMR admission, but they also sent a screenshot of an internal email amongst the nurses.
Oh gosh.
How do you just? I got it in this video right here from 9 months ago. So see, this is the thing. I've been calling her BS out as it happened. Just like her saying she would rather be Russian than American. Get out. Bye. Go to Russia. Don't come back. No one's forcing you to stay here. Look at this.
Right.
HIPAA laws and journalists. Candace Owens could be sued for tort because she put up this information and could be held legally liable. And no one told her to do that. She didn't have permission from Erica Kirk, who would be the next of kin that would be the one to sign any form to release medical records regarding Charlie Kirk.
Right.
Period. That's how the hospital prioritizes who is established to be the next of kin, unless you have a living will, last will, or testament, or an advance directive of some sort. You have to follow that succession. It's the spouse, the kids, the parents, the siblings, in that order. So Erica Kirk would be the one to sign something to do a medical release or authorization. She didn't tell Candace, yeah, you can post this up. So the hospital staff.
I mean, I think the other thing too is people don't realize how strict this is. Okay, so when I was working the front desk, just to give you guys just the slightest insight into how strict they are about this. Okay, because these people are like, oh, you can share that, and I'm like, no, you can't.
No, you
okay,
can't.
you cannot share anything. Like, it is so strict that people have no idea. So I was working front desk, okay, and me and my coworkers, we were in these little cubicles, and there was 3 of us in a line, and people would come up to our desk, and again, we would check them in, we would schedule their appointments to come back, all of these things, and we shared a printer, okay, because one of the things we would also do is we would take co-pays for people's insurance, okay, and so I had a patient that had paid a copay, and the person next to me also had one of their patients pay their copay, and we were using the same printer behind us. We accidentally switched our receipts. I grabbed a receipt, she grabbed a receipt. We didn't realize that our patients got switched, okay? So we went about the rest of our day, and the next day we get called into our boss's office, and she was like, did you guys realize that you gave the wrong patient the wrong receipt? And her and I, my coworker and I, were both like, no, we did not realize that. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. We had no idea. We must have just grabbed the wrong one off of the printer. And our boss was like, okay, like, you guys are just getting a warning this time, but we have to like write it down. And if this happens again, you will have major repercussions. So thankfully, I never had another situation after that. I was so careful about checking every single one to make sure that it matched before I gave it. But literally, just something as simple as giving the wrong receipt that had the wrong name, like on the header, is a HIPAA violation. Okay, like, that is all that it takes to be considered a HIPAA violation. It just so happened that that person got home, they realized that they had the wrong person's receipt, and they called back to the doctor's office, and they were like, hey, I was given the wrong receipt. They traced it back to me and my coworker, that we were the ones that switched it, because they can log they know who's in what accounts at what times, right? And they know what time we printed the receipt and yada yada. And yeah, it came back that we accidentally switched it off of the printer, and we got a warning for that, and it ended up being okay in the long run. But something just as simple as giving the wrong receipt, man, they do not play. Like, they do not play. Like, that's how serious it is.
Absolutely. I mean, and this is, my background is in medicine. I actually graduated with a bachelor's of science in biology, pre-med, wanted to go to medical school, be a doctor, worked in hospitals and worked in healthcare. The 90% of my actual adult career is either related or aligned with, the healthcare setting or healthcare field. And we couldn't pull, like, we just couldn't do stuff like that. We had to get, even when it comes to releasing patient information and they're standing next to the patient, we ask, who is this person to you? And do you, as the patient, agree for us to speak about your PHI in front of this person? Because unless you give consent and you authorize the release of this information, you can't do it even if they're standing right there in front of you.
Yep.
So that's what I was like, I can't believe, I am floored. And guess what? The person that sent this information to Candace from the hospital not only can be fired, because that's, just automatic, they can also go to jail.
Yes.
See, this is what I mean. Violating federal law, you can go to jail.
Be fined. You can go to jail. Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah. So they're not gonna, like, she's not giving them kudos or anything. So what was it worth? What was the point of doing that?
Mm-hmm.
And no one still knows who you are. No one. All that proved, the public didn't need to know that. All it proved was he went to the ER. We know that he was shot in the neck. He should have went to the ER. See, this is the thing too. We're having, some level of journalistic integrity. Why would the public need to know this information? Why would you want to risk violating HIPAA privacy laws to put some out like that?
It's because she's trying to say that it was pulled from a different hospital. But the thing that I don't think Candace understands is that all the hospitals that are on the Epic system, they all link into each other so that they can easily pull records from other hospitals that also use Epic or other doctors' offices. The whole point is to have it like a huge network that's all intertwined so that it's easy to exchange that information from one location to the next, because we all know that people will go to different emergency rooms or whatever, right? So again, she's trying to make it a big deal of like, oh, well, this is Utah Valley Hospital. Why does he have a medical record at Utah Valley? And I'm like, because they have Epic and their Epic system is talking to the other hospital's Epic system. You dumbass. Like, this is not breaking news. It's just Epic is all interlinked into each other, which is how it's designed to work. That's the whole point.
That's it. And there's nothing that we get from that. That doesn't help solve anything regarding the actual criminal case, the murder trial. That would be moot. That will not even come up in court. And that's kind of like what I say all the time. None of this matters when it comes down to what happens in the court of law, where it matters the most. All this crap that Candace has been doing, all of the doxing, and all of the defamatory nonsense and hoopla and BS she's been putting out here, no one has been arrested for it. It has not had any headway in the court of law. The prosecutors, not even Tyler Robinson's attorneys, even care about what she's saying.
Yesterday,
and she will not be put on the stand as a witness.
Did you see that they filed a motion? So the defense filed a motion yesterday that called all of her conspiracies nonsense. They basically laughed at her, mocked her into oblivion, and said that because there are internet personalities that are out here that are spewing these internet conspiracies, unfortunately now they're using it as a reason to try to get cameras removed from the courtroom, which is exactly what I knew they were going to do.
Thank you. Oh my God!
So that's actually going to hurt those of us who want to have access to this information. Right. So that's really going to suck. I really hope that the judge is not going to entertain that. But literally, the defense, Tyler Robinson himself, his attorneys are literally saying, this is ridiculous. This is nonsense. Stop doing this. And they literally have called her out on her BS. Like, they are literally making fun of her right now. It's
good. Because, Candace, I've been laughing at you for 10 months, you dumb heifer. You can't make this stuff up. You know what's so crazy is it's like, I had to stop watching her shows, first off. I can only tolerate her for like a few minutes. And it has to be someone else, doing a video on her. Just
At this
because I
point,
can
I
feel
just
like
get like
I know I'm not
I watch
alone.
like the clips after they come out, like after the fact. I'll just like watch the little clips and stuff. But yeah, I can't like sit and watch a full
I can't stomach her for an
episode.
hour. I
I
can't do it.
I also fall
Oh
asleep
my
because
god!
she's boring, dude. She's
I told
so
people that.
boring. It
Candace,
is
I
the
told you
same
you're boring.
stuff over and over and over. I'm like, how do you guys watch this? I literally will fall asleep in like 2 minutes.
I'm like Candace, Karen, Condoleezza. If you decided to tell us how George got a black eye, that would be much more entertaining. And we would all watch that because we all want to know. Like, if you just want to be a gossip blogger, gossip about that. Tell us how George got this black eye. Tell us about the day he got the DUI, where he ran a truck into the earth.
The
Can you
DUI
tell how
that
you
she
broke your
says
foot?
didn't happen.
I know. Does he live on his own or what? Is he somehow living separate from you? How long is he sitting up in the closet waiting for Andrew Tate to get out of jail? These are the questions that we all have, that we will all love to hear you answer. And it would be highly entertaining. It don't even take all this crap she's doing. Candace, you're not an investigator. She's not an investigator.
Tell her
Candace can barely
she's
say the
doing
word
too
bureau.
much. You are doing too much.
You're too much, you moron. Get off my planet. This is what I was like. All this stuff coming, like the things that is happening, and the cult members don't care. They don't care that she's out here spewing this garbage. And even if we put the information in front of them, they're just gonna say, "Well, it's not real," and we're in this altered reality where we're all high on mushrooms. This is why I clown them, because I'm like, what I take serious is when people get harmed, when people are being put in harm's way, being put into the lion's den. You're getting death threats. You're getting all this stuff coming out. You're doxing. You're breaking laws. You're violating HIPAA. That's the stuff where I come in and I have to show, like, here's why this is illegal, and we just keep moving on in the LLC. But all the other stuff, the comments about, oh, you get $7,000 from Israel. When are they gonna pay me the damn money? Because I sent Benjamin Netanyahu an invoice myself on X. I
need my BB bucks. Where's my BB bucks at? Come on,
I know,
man.
right? What my shekels? Give me my money.
I got backlogged invoices over here. Let me tell you.
Is this $7,000 a month? How does this go?
I mean, I'm so good that I get 10. I don't know about you, but I get 10 now. So
what?
I know.
I told her myself. I went to lunch with Benjamin Shapiro. Ben Shapiro. Remember, Candace said she would pay $10,000 to the person that
she got ripped off. Is what she got.
I
cannot believe she paid $10,000 just to tell us that he maybe had breakfast or lunch, but she's not sure. What?
It's okay. I didn't get not one dime of that money. Shame on you, Candace. I posted up the photo first. We made a photo of me at lunch with Ben Shapiro in a pink tiny horse. He was like, "F you and that horse you rode on, Lady Luck Club." Oh, okay, cool. So I'm just gonna turn that into. We have to, at the end of the day, like, we have to make America laugh again. We have to have our Mala time in the LLC, because the inner workings of Candace's non-existent brain or whatever is up in that skull will have you pissed off, and it has people so uptight to where the idea of us just disagreeing is almost non-existent. Yeah. I'm not taking her side simply because she said words. I don't care. Mm-hmm. I take the side of truth. Just like with looking up information about doxing. I don't have a problem doing that. Now, what you do with that is up to you. But I'm not here to force anybody to take my side on anything. But when it comes down to you being put in harm's way, you're being doxed and bullied and targeted for no reason. And it's not just targeting you. You got your kids, your husband's now brought into all of this. And for what? Mm-hmm. Just so they can try to shut you up? They don't I guess, care
which
how
I mean isn't gonna work. I'm not gonna quit. They're trying to, right. I mean, they want to intimidate you into quitting, and like, I'm not gonna quit. So At this point, I mean, show up at my house, but like you're gonna get arrested. So
You
good
gonna
luck
get
with
shot over
that.
here in my hood. And child, I tell
Also, also, yeah, also, we got a little something, something up in here that you don't want to come in contact with. So
girl.
we fully believe in the Second Amendment in this house.
Yes, Lord,
So
we do. You got
also,
your bazooka
I
as
live in
well.
Arizona. I live in Arizona, which is the Wild West, and this is a constitutional carry state.
There you
So
go.
even the blue-haired liberals
Hmm.
are locked and loaded in this state. Okay, so
Everybody loaded. Everybody loaded.
everybody.
We got a couple. Look, we got a couple bazookas over here. We got some dynamite. We might have an armored truck. Yeah,
I
pull up in my
mean,
hood if you want to. You're gonna have all the SWAT waiting on you, armed and ready.
got
Yeah,
a
boys,
whole tank over here.
get ready. He coming around the corner. He's in a deuce in a Cadillac. It's leaning low. We don't play that over here. Everybody got cameras and everybody locked and loaded. We don't play that over here.
However, poor Gary. So Gary got doxxed. He's been doxxed a couple times, and he actually had people that did show up to
That's so
his house.
crazy.
They
Oh,
they vandalized his property, and I said, Gary of all people is not the one that you want to show up to. This is a man who was an ex-sniper. Okay, he is a
it
Green
makes sense.
Beret. He has been
Yeah.
teaching long range for 30 years. Like, ex sniper. Why would you ever think it's a smart idea to show up to an ex sniper's house? I
Did they
mean,
get shot?
again,
Did
Gary
you get
Gary
into
is not the one that you want to show up to his house. But yeah, people did, and they vandalized his property, and like it was a whole thing. But I was just like, you literally are. There are people out here that are like certifiably mentally
They
ill, because you could
crazy.
not pay me to show up to Gary's house of all people, because
Hell no.
Gary is like lethal with a weapon. Like, no, thank you.
Oh, Gary, I just want you to know, Mama love you so much. Okay,
he's
I
he's
have
the
no
best.
ill with you at all, sir. He makes
Mm-mm.
guns for fun. Are
Yes,
you serious? This is
and
ridiculous. Did they not get
and
shot? Please tell me they got shot.
teaches people how to use them, like in his free time. So what?
And they got away with it. Did they go to jail? What happened?
I don't know if he caught who did it or not. I'd have to ask
Oh,
him,
I
but
hope he shot him. You're gonna
I
get
don't
shot in the ass if you keep on.
I don't think that
You
he
know I'm
found out that
looking.
they were there until after the fact. But yeah, like I said, Gary is not the one that I would play with. Just saying, of all the people in this equation, Gary is not the one to show up to his house.
They did. This is why I reiterate how dangerous it is. This cult mentality has got people doing things they probably would not be doing if it was not for the bullshit that's being peddled out by an alien that crash landed on our planet. Like, it makes no sense. They're willing to do that. They're willing to put themselves in a line of fire to go to someone's house who makes guns for fun and to
It's
vandalize his property. And for what? You
and
gonna
to
go to
lose
jail?
their jobs apparently, and to go to jail. And yeah, I mean, they're willing to basically, I mean, they're just stopping at this point. I would say the candy cult is stopping short of just committing actual murder themselves at this point.
I just
And I
they
know that they're going to
probably
get
would.
pissed off at me when I say that. They're probably going to clip this into oblivion and post it everywhere. But it's the truth. They have gone pretty much past every normal boundary that you would have in place. At this point,
Weekend.
I mean, at this point, we are encroaching upon a full-blown Manson situation at this point.
Oh,
Like,
we had a Jim
she
Jones cult type
yeah,
thing.
she could command them to drink the Kool-Aid tomorrow, and these people would absolutely do it. They would do
Yeah,
it.
they would. And that's what's so scary. And you got these same people that are sitting here going to work where they're teaching your kids, working in hospitals, working in restaurants, they're handling food. They're out here intertwined into our society, and they are at a moment's notice, I guess, ready to just give it all up because Candace, who will not, let me tell you something, and I say this all the time in the Lady Luck Club, Candace Owens will not be bailing you out of jail.
She
When you
don't
go
care
to
about
jail,
you.
you're gonna be there by your damn self. That guy that's in jail for threatening Erica Kirk, he's still there. She didn't bail him out. She
Nope.
cared less about you. Candace does not give a damn about you. She only cares about your
Candace cares
engagement
about
and money.
Yeah, Candace cares about herself and herself only.
Yeah.
So all these people that are out here self-sacrificing for her, thinking that she's going to come to their rescue, she does not
What?
give two craps about you. She doesn't even like, and they're like, have you
Yep.
noticed how they compete with each other to try to get her attention?
Attention.
Like, literally, they like will one up each other to try to get her attention. It's the craziest thing. Meanwhile, she blasted me on her show the other night. Yes, everybody knows she talked
Yeah, I
about me on her show.
saw. Oh
Okay.
my God.
And the amount of people that are like, oh, Lisa's finally getting the attention from Candace that she's always wanted. She's finally getting her fame. And I was like, guys, I could have gone the rest of my life with her never saying my name and I would be completely fine. I actually thought it was hilarious. I thought it was funny,
Yeah, I
actually.
was like, this is unbelievable. And she about to be on my show Friday. Lord, she
Um,
about to come to the LLC. Oh, Candace, I know you're watching because she takes my quiz. Candace, your cult members don't even know that you actually will watch us before you pay them any attention. And you want them to pay your attorney's fees. My Lord, you can't make this up. Mitch Snow learned. Mitch Snow, do you have an attorney yet? Because Candace is
mm.
not getting you one.
Yeah. And
She's
she's gonna roll over on him faster than you can say Sunday morning. Like
Yeah.
she is just, oh my god. She's gonna turn on him so quick, dude. She's gonna throw him under the bus so fast it's not even funny.
See, he
Um,
already throwing her underneath the bus. He talking
but
about all
I
the
have
evidence I
told
gave to Candace.
I
Mm.
have told these people so many times. I've said, look, if she stopped tomorrow, if she just stopped everything cold turkey tomorrow, I would be done. I would have nothing else
Candace,
to
I would
say
feel that.
about her. Like, as soon as, and I've said multiple times, as soon as she stops lying, I will stop posting. Like, again, she could cut and run tomorrow, and I would hang up my hat and gladly walk away. Like, again, it's not about attention
Yep.
for me, it's not about fame for
Yeah.
me. I have never wanted to be famous in my entire life. That has never been my goal in life. I am very content in my quiet little life, never being known
Mhm.
by anyone. But
Yep.
again, if she stops all this tomorrow, then we would all stop doing what we're doing. Like, we are only continuing to go because she's continuing to go and she
Yeah.
continues to amplify it and amplify it. So
Yep.
it's just really funny that people are like, oh, like she finally gave you the attention that you want. I'm like, if she stopped all this tomorrow, I would be done. What are you talking
Talking
about?
about. And the thing is, what you said was what I said 9 months ago about the medical records. 9 months ago. Candace,
Hmm.
this is not your first time knowing that you violated HIPAA privacy laws. I said it 9 months ago. She doesn't care that she's violating laws. That's the thing.
No.
Candace doesn't care. It's not that she doesn't know, because ignorance of the law is not a defense in court. No matter what Baron Coleman says,
Hmm.
the judge will not give a damn about you standing there pretending as if laws do not exist. You're not above it. It's that simple. This judge, Judge Graff, he does not. The judge had to approve for cameras to be in the courtroom. They
Yep.
don't like to do that for criminal matters because of the possibility of having this tainted jury, and
Hmm.
they feel that it would this be put the defendant at a disadvantage. Here's why you want them to have a fair trial, because you don't want them to be able to win an appeal.
Right.
That's the problem, because an appeal could overturn a ruling. So all the days they go to court for the murder trial
Which
and
is
all that
exactly
time is
why.
spent to be overturned if you end up getting an appeal.
Yeah,
You
which is
don't want it.
exactly why in that post that Candace showed of mine on her show, I literally said she is trying to cause as much destruction and
Yep,
chaos and confusion that she
absolutely.
possibly can because
Yep,
she wants to upend this trial and turn it into absolute chaos. That is her
yep,
goal. She is an
yep,
agent of chaos. And
yep.
also, the community note. I just want to mention the community note that they put
Go
on
ahead,
that
go
because
ahead.
she had to point that out, right? I
Go
was
ahead.
like, okay, first of all, this community note is literally based off of the assumption that she
Uh-huh.
got this footage legally. We don't know how she got this footage.
She
We
ain't
have
get
no
illegal.
idea. She never showed a single ounce of evidence or proof on how she got it, when she got it, who she obtained it from. We didn't see a single email communication, none of the above, right?
Mm-mm.
So the
Nope.
community note is literally just assuming that she received it legally, which we don't know that actually. So
Yeah, no.
that was error number one. Number
Right.
two, I also mentioned that she could be in contempt of court or
Hmm.
um, violating, like you said, multiple
The
things
judge's
with,
orders. Hmm.
yes. I mentioned all of that because she also doxed a witness for the prosecution. What is her name? I can't ever pronounce that lady's name.
Oh God.
Fauciana, or however you pronounce her name.
You
Officer,
say, yeah, it's fine.
you know who I'm talking about. The
Yeah.
officer that went on the stand
Yeah.
for the prosecution. She
Yeah.
doxed that lady into oblivion, talking about how,
Yeah.
like, what was it her
She
dad
was
who
talking
was
about her
murdered a couple years
uncles.
ago? Yeah.
She brought up
Like,
uncles. She brought up several of her relatives, and I put
oh,
up information then about that dox. You can't dox police officers or law enforcement.
and
You can't dox.
witnesses on cases. Like, what the?
Exactly. This
Because
woman is doing
that's
her
like,
job.
is that like, witness tampering, witness
Yeah, witness
intimidation,
tamper.
all
Yep.
of this stuff?
Yep.
And so I mentioned that in that post too, and said that,
Mhm.
she could get in trouble for multiple of these things that she does. And I listed out
Yeah.
multiple of the different things that she's done that have been problematic with this.
Yep.
And the community note only mentioned the footage. It didn't mention the other things that she has done. So that
Right.
community note on its face is just absolute trash, but whatever.
I mean, we always like over here. I had called it when she did that with the law enforcement. I pulled up information
Mhm.
on why it's illegal to dox a law enforcement officer, regardless of them being a civil servant. That's irrelevant. You cannot dox an LEO. And putting out information about their relatives, we don't even remember her name. That's how insignificant it was. So why do it in
Mhm.
the first place? That
Right.
person does not, their relatives have nothing to do with them testifying in court. As an LEO, that is
Mhm.
part of her job. If she,
Mhm.
as an investigator, this isn't her first criminal case, it's probably not even her first murder trial where she had to testify. It is part of her duty. And you're interfering with her being able to do her duty without the fear of harassment or death threats or putting her life in danger. And then you add in all these relatives that we don't care who these people are. The public does not need to know who they are in order for the LEO to actually give testimony in a criminal matter in a murder trial that she would do any other time and not have all this attention on her. The only reason why this is coming to the light like this is because of who was assassinated. This is a high profile murder case.
Mhm.
You can't imagine how many more cases this same officer has testified in the same court, probably, regarding any other murder case. So what makes this time that she's testifying any different? It's not. So her being doxxed for what? Her relatives? I don't give a damn about that uncle going to jail. I don't care about that person.
Yeah,
He's insignificant in this. So
she's literally doing her job. So when I work dispatch, right, one of the things that we're trained on in dispatch is that every
Mhm.
call that you take, it's being recorded, and everything
Yes.
can be used in a court of law. You as a
Yes.
911 dispatcher can be called to the court at
Yep.
any time to have to talk about any of the calls that you've made and that you
Yep.
were a part of and that you were recorded on.
Yep.
um and if you failed to like provide proper service, like send an
Mhm.
ambulance for someone and that person
Mhm.
died and you didn't do your job
Yep.
correctly,
You should be
that's
liable.
that's that's failure of duty to act laws. And
Mhm.
like I could have gone to prison for not doing my
Mhm.
job correctly. I could
Yep.
have been fined for not doing my job correctly. I Again, when you work in dispatch, you can get called to court to testify
Mhm.
at any point in time on any 911 call that you have ever taken
Absolutely.
in your career.
Yep.
There are calls still. I haven't been a dispatcher in several years, but I could
Mhm.
still to this day get called to court on some of those calls at some point in time if I ever needed to be, right?
Yeah.
So, like, this is just something that you understand when you work
Right.
in the medical field, when you work, yeah, in any type of law enforcement, dispatch,
That's
any of
right.
those things, is that you could be called to court to testify, and that
Right.
is an understood part of your job. That,
Right.
you know,
Exactly. And
so
anything less than that would be derelict of duty. So I
yes.
mean, this LEO. You going through history about this part? I don't even remember all the people she died. Tribal Queen said the male officer and his dad, who was the JAG officer too, Lisa LLC.
Mhm.
Oh my
Yeah.
God! So
She
she's doing this and knowing that the repercussions of it results in people being harassed and targeted and bullied and get death threats. This LEO officer, the female officer, got death threats. Like
Yeah.
the department is catching it. The whole
Yep.
police department is catching it. Everybody
I
works.
think
I'm like, what?
I think she's trying to make it so that when they're heading into trial that people are going to be scared to testify because they know that as soon as their name comes up on those witness lists that they are going to be a target. And that's exactly what she
Right.
wants. She wants to create fear for these
Intimidation.
people. She wants to create intimidation for these
Mm-hmm.
people. And she wants them to be scared to go up and like you said, do their job. And
Right.
that is just,
That's
that's
inconsiderate as
not
well.
justice. That's not honoring the justice system that we have in place. That is
Exactly.
actively countering and working against the justice system. And that's why I always ask these candy cultures who are like, the feds flop, they're just lying to us, everything's a
Yeah.
lie, everything's
Right.
corruption. And I'm like, okay, so you just want anarchy? Do you just want total
Yep.
anarchy at this point?
They
Because
do.
if there's no rules and there's no standards, then like why not? Let's just, you just want to tear it all down and burn it all to the ground. You literally
Yeah.
sound like a liberal, first of all, because that's what they say.
That's what Candace
Um,
sound like. She
but
sound like
but
somebody she want to
also
dictate.
you just
Mm-hmm.
want anarchy. It's time to just admit that you want total and complete anarchy and just say
Right.
that that's what you want and be done with it.
Right. Absolutely. And that's all she's been doing is just burning the fields everywhere she goes. She burns the fields to the point where you can't even use it. It's savagery at its finest. And that's I say this all the time. Candace can get hit with at least 2 to 3 good charges of obstruction and interference because that's exactly what you're doing when you're doing witness tampering and intimidation. And
Well,
that's
and
the
we
intent of it. It comes behind it.
we had someone that called the PD and they're aware of it and they are actively looking into all of this right
Oh,
now. So,
I got the message from the police department. Trust me, I know.
mhm.
I told, and
Okay.
they're actually taking in complaints and
Mhm.
viable, credible evidence of witness tampering
Yep.
and intimidation because the entire police department is being harassed and getting death threats and bullied. And for what? That is part of their job to investigate, to go to court, to testify, to present the evidence. The way you admit physical evidence into the matter is through testimonial evidence. So they got to testify to admit the evidence into the case. But see,
Yes.
when you got dom-doms who want gam-gam, not understanding laws or court rules, then they end up doing this. And you would tell them you're obstructing and interfering. And they keep doing it. So now you know that you're doing this and you double down on it. It's malicious. And you can't
Mhm.
say you're not being malicious because you know what you're doing is illegal. Beyond wrong, it's illegal. But if she's willing to keep taking all these lawsuits, sue her. Because that's the one place she has no power. Candace has no power in the court of law. She
Yeah.
already said she does not care about the investigation in Utah last year. Last
Mhm.
year, she said in a whole video, we caught it. She said, I do not care about that investigation in Utah. So why are you doing all of this? What's the
Yeah.
witness tampering for, Candace? How much did you pay Tyler Robinson? What is all this for? What is the intimidation for? Why bring up these people, relatives, and all this other nonsense? You know it's not going to stop people from talking. So
Yeah.
what are you doing this for? It's so stupid.
I mean, at this point, like, I don't know, man. Like I said, I think she fully knows what she's doing. She's never actually been held accountable, though. All of her
Nope.
previous cases have been thrown out. She's never actually had to pay the piper for anything that she's ever done. She's never had real accountability. And at the
Mm-hmm.
end of the day, you can only run from that for so long. It is
Yep.
going to catch up to you. It is just
Yeah.
a matter of time.
Yeah.
So at some point, she is going to have accountability. She will have to pay the piper. it,
Yep.
it is going to catch up to her because she has already just sprayed her net so far and so wide. She's done
Mm-hmm.
so much chaos at this point that there is no way that something somewhere isn't going to stick. It just
Yep.
is.
Yep.
So all these
I'm.
people that like, like I understand that like it's really easy to get discouraged in this and
Mm-hmm.
feel like and like not have hope, but I would tell people like continue to have hope because
Right.
it's gonna catch up at some
Yeah.
point. You can only do this type of behavior and get away with it for so long. So
Absolutely. And one of the things that I did when I first started reporting on her is I went through her lawsuits. The lawsuit regarding the apartment community where she claimed that she was having recurrent yeast infections.
Oh my gosh! Oh,
We've
like
been clowning on her for the whole time.
the mold thing.
With
That
the
one.
mold, I reported on that entire. We went through the lawsuit, court filings, and everything, and ended up where she just didn't even go to first. She hired the wrong type of attorney.
Oh gosh,
that was hilarious. And then, of course, when you sue someone, they could counterclaim, and that's exactly what the property management company did. They counterclaimed because she didn't pay rent for like 7 months. She chose to live in an apartment with mold, let it fester up. She created it, let it build up and fester for 7 months. And then the actual conditions, medical conditions she claimed were a result of that like mold. She couldn't provide any medical documentation to support it. And then at the end of the day, get to the trial hearing, she's a no-show. They won by default judgment.
Oh, geez.
Yep. So that's one lawsuit. She was ordered to pay back over $20,000 in back pay on rent and fees and court fees and all that. And then the High Court of Australia. So she decided, I guess I'm just going to force myself on the entire country of Australia and get big mad because they told me I can't come there. So when
I remember when they rejected her visa or whatever. Yeah.
They stated in the final ruling that she was ordered to pay a judgment for the High Court of Australia's court costs, the government's court costs. That's another scenario where she will not bring these up, where she is ordered to pay out judgments, and no one did she pay them? Is she actually doing what the court ordered her to do? These are two scenarios where a court of law has ordered her to do something, and who knows if she's done it, and has she been held accountable if she didn't? That's the problem. Even when it gets down to that, and she is ordered to pay a judgment, and she flat out loses, or she just doesn't even show up because she knows that she doesn't have a case. What's the repercussion of her not paying these judgments? As far as we know, we don't know.
Yeah.
So this is why it's imperative to remind her and her cult members. We don't live above the rule of law. We don't care that Candace wants to be a dictator of the United States of America. We don't give a damn about that. We will never let that happen. But we don't care what she wants. When it comes down to it, she is going to be held accountable. Period. If it means you're getting reported to the FBI, you're going to be sued out the wazoo, and prayerfully a judge does have you gagged, and then we dare you to violate that judge's order. They will come and collect your ass, Candace. They'll tell you to come out the house. Ma'am, we see you moving in there. Bring your ass out. You're under arrest. Because you're not going to be able to go against that. This is why she pulled that up on the other day about your post. Because deep down, when it comes to matters in the court, when it comes to these legal matters, she doesn't care. She doesn't want to go to court. She is afraid because she knows that she can't go to court and dictate anything. YouTube is not court. And going to court is not like being on your YouTube channel. Right. So all that big talk you got when you on YouTube, let's see you say that in front of a judge. She won't do it. She's a coward.
Yeah, she's going to try to settle outside of court as much as she possibly
Absolutely
can.
Candace, you owe me $10,000. I don't give a damn. I want my money, and I want it now. Damn it. So, yeah, she's going to do that. She's going to offer something and not tell anybody. The only way we'll know is to get the court documents, because she's not going to tell her code. Yeah, I just settled and, just got it done and over with because I really didn't want to go to court. I don't like court. Court sucks. I don't like judges. Blah, blah, blah. Like, she's not going to do that.
Yeah. Well, and not only, well, I mean, there are certain times too, if you do certain settlements that it's sealed and like nobody's allowed to talk about it. So, I mean, that'll be interesting because, I mean, she's going to immediately break that NDA because she's not going to not be able to talk about it because she runs her mouth about everything. And then she's going to end up right back in court again for violating the NDA.
Yeah, does that breach of contract with no one? Who knew that she was still on the contract last year, December, with TPUSA? When I found out, I was genuinely shocked. I was like, what? She didn't even tell me.
I mean, so Turning Point has more than enough grounds for defamation. Erica Kirk has more than
Absolutely.
enough grounds for defamation, right?
Absolutely.
But not even getting into any of that, just looking at the breach of contract alone,
Woo.
she is done for. I mean, again, if they wanted to go after her for just breach of contract alone, she is so unbelievably royally screwed just off of that. That's before they would even get into any of the defamation stuff, right?
Right.
Like, yeah, like I said, there's no world that exists where this stuff is not going to catch up to her.
Exactly. Exactly. And I hope Erica Kirk. I know she's got a lot going. I've been encouraging two things. Telling Andrew COVID to stop answering her dumbass questions. Her questions are stupid. Stop answering them because it's just giving her content. And encouraging Erica Kirk to follow through and sue her because she went out to Tennessee last year for 4.5 hours. Candace, did you record that conversation? Because why didn't you just go out to Arizona and face them head on in person? See, the cowardice it's unbelievable. It's mind numbing how cowardly she is with that. You could
She's
have went out
all walk
to
and no
Arizona
talk.
in person, and now you're doing all this big talk behind a screen in a camera. But you can go out in person and tell TPUSA, Andrew COVID, all the rest of them how you feel. Why not? That's who takes that crap seriously. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Why not fly out in person?
she's shown multiple times that she's all talk and no walk, like multiple times. So I don't know why anybody's taking her seriously anymore. Like
Yeah, you can't make this up.
she has shown that she's a coward over and over and over again. Oh yes, because
Absolutely.
the cartels were coming for her. Yeah, remember that time that the French government was supposedly coming for her,
Oh
but
Lord, oh yeah,
she
Carmen San Diego showed up.
she went to Dollywood the next day, right? That whole I
Yeah.
mean, God, we just had another situation a few days ago where Stu Peters was like, "Pray for Candace Owens, she's in danger." I'm like, "Are we really doing this
Yeah.
again? Are we? Is she gonna show up at Dollywood again tomorrow?" Because like, I can't do this anymore. I'm over this.
I know, right? She'll be at Disney World talking about deuces. Look who
Somebody's
I
trying
ran
to kill
into.
me. Let's go to Disneyland. Oh my God.
I'm looking for Mickey Mouse. Has anyone seen Mickey? And the Daffy and Goofy. Like, where they at? My kids are they're running out of patience. Girl, you one's trying to take you down. We want you in court. Candace, we want you to go to court. Stop stalling on the Macron lawsuit. We
Oh my
want you to
gosh.
go to court. Dear God, go to court. No one wants you dead. No one wants you gone. We want you to pay me my money and to go to court. To go to court. That's it.
I just want her to, like I said, I just want her, talk about wanting justice. I want her to have repercussions for all of the damage that she has caused and the absolute chaos that she has caused.
Yeah.
And when that day finally comes, because like I said, it is going to happen. It's just a matter of time. It's going to happen. It's going to be an amazing day when it happens, and I'm going to celebrate.
I hope it's live streamed, y'all. You listen here. I don't care if it's at 4 a.m. in the morning, and I'm not an early morning person. Well, we gonna get up, bless
Somebody
God,
wake
say a
me up.
prayer. We gonna report on that. We going live, and if it got to be all day with that, man. Listen here, the Luxes know I can pull off an 8-hour live stream like it's nothing. Candace, I can do that with my eyes closed. That's it. Please, whatever happens, let it be live stream.
I know, right?
Oh my goodness. Let's get some supers in right quick. I want to thank you guys in the chat for hanging out with us. You having a good time? Because I am.
We are having a
I'm
good
laid back. Are you relaxed and calm
I
and
am relaxed. We're
feeling
just chilling, hanging out, having a good time.
awesome, awesome, awesome. So thank you all so much for hanging out in the chat. Shout out to Susie Q for renewing that membership, being a member here in the Lady Luck Club for 3 months. Thank you so much, dear heart. I appreciate your support. God knows I do. Make sure you guys go and support Lisa Knows on TikTok and on X and on Instagram. Okay.
Mhm.
I don't know what TikTok is like over there. I heard it's a beast.
X is
I
the
will not.
worst, but TikTok follows just behind
No,
X.
Lord have mercy.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it's Facebook and TikTok is I'm just it's not my style. But listen here. Y'all go and support Lisa. I know that much. All right, and then we got Susie Q for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much for the support. Shout out to Mindy. Shout out to the mods of the LLC. Shout out to Mindy for helping to facilitate setting this whole thing up. My mods are fantastic, and Mindy is why you are here.
Let's
And
go,
she was
Mindy.
able to reach out to you as well as Natalie and Ryan Morrow. And we're still waiting to hear back from Lyle Culpepper. So many fantastic guests we've had because of Mindy. So thank you so much, Mindy. I truly, truly appreciate you. Shout out to you. Jim, how you doing, Jim? Jim had a birthday this week. Sam's had a birthday this week. We celebrate our Lux's birthdays. We big over birthdays up in here. Jim sent the 10 jewels. Thank you. And the 30 jewels. Thank you so much. And then another 10. March on. Hola, Senora LLC. Hi, Luxsters. Great show. Lisa is a fantastic guest. These desmadres that Candace and her columpio will catch up with her eventually. Her followers are from the Diablo himself. That's the devil.
Amen.
Amen. Candace spawned straight from hell from Lucifer's toilet. Moving on. Thank you so much, Macho, for the 10 super. Oh, let me see. Was it that Leah Cabrona in the courtroom this last go round? La Miss Fancy Glasses.
No, I don't.
This is my first time hearing about Leah Files. Was she?
Leah Files was not in Utah in the courtroom. No, she wasn't.
Okay. All right, cool. And then here's some information because we read up in the Lady Luck Club. That's the inspiration for the name of the channel. It came from my childhood of reading the Joy Luck Club books. So the Lady Luck Club, we read up in here. And if you guys want information on cyber stalking, which is kind of like a blanket charge, like cyber harassment, and of course harassment and bullying and targeting and doxing falls under that blanket parent charge of cyber stalking, cyber harassment. Information is right here. It does not matter if the information is made available to the public or if the person is a public figure or an LEO or a government employee. You cannot dox and have the intent to harass and threaten, put their life in danger and harm. Gary, please tell me you shot these people that came to your house. Man, just the idea of knowing they got shot in the ass is very, very satisfying to me. So
no, he did not shoot anybody, but people did come to his house.
Terrible things. And this stuff doesn't go without consequence. You should definitely go to jail doing nonsense like that. Swatting, you're abusing, law enforcement services time. There's tax dollars going to waste for swatting. And then what?
Swatting has gotten so dangerous, dude.
It's very dangerous.
My gosh.
You got some cops out here that are trigger happy. And then God knows what you're telling the police. Well, you tell them that, I saw this person with a weapon. Then they come out here.
Or that they're holding someone hostage in their house. Or, I've seen
they kidnap a baby.
Like say all kinds of crazy. Yeah, like it's swatting. That's one of the things that has gotten really bad about like the social media stuff is swatting has gotten very out of control and it is really dangerous. Like absolutely. I'm just waiting for, thankfully, I've never heard of anybody actually being killed through that yet. But it's one of those things, it's just a matter of time that someone is going to end up getting killed through that. And it's going to be a really bad situation.
Absolutely. So,
and then when that happens, they better start putting some better laws in place for this crap because right now
they need to have laws now. Like, why wait till something major happens to be able to, address it? Just put laws in place now. Like the person, of course, that does the call to SWAT someone will go to jail either way because you're making a false report to the police. Right. So it's not like it goes unnoticed. And investigators are smarter than criminals. They have a way of finding your digital footprints. These people behind these profiles thinking they're keyboard warriors. Yeah, no. It only takes a subpoena. Just because you delete something does not mean it is deleted. That means it's just maybe out of your reach on your device. But it's called a server. So what YouTube would do is take that subpoena coming in from the FBI and say, okay, yeah, we'll give you all this information you're asking for. And now your whole profile is being unmasked by your IP address or by your signal to where you can't even hide behind NordVPN.
Mm-hmm.
People think that criminals think they're smart. No, you're not, and you're not deleting anything simply because you put it in the trash can. No, it's
Mm-hmm.
somewhere else on the other end, and that's something they don't think about until they go down, and then they get mad when they get reported. No, take that police report like a champion. You did the crime. Why punk out now? So, I just want to make sure that people understand the information and understand how the law works and how it works in court is not what you think about when you're on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
So keep that in mind, you guys. Thank you so much, Rachel, for the 2 jewels. I appreciate it. Angie with the 10 jewels. And Nita girl with the 400 jewels. Thank you so much. But damn, with the 1,000 jewels. Oh, bless you. Thank you so much. I'm seeing new people up in here. Make sure you guys are subscribed and you're following Lisa Knows. Absolute. Thank you so much. Patrina gifted 5 LLC memberships. If you receive the membership from Patrina, give her a hearty shout out and a thank you, as well as Juju. Shout out to the mods. Shout out to the mods of the LLC. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for gifting 5 LLC memberships, Juju, as well as Mindy as well. So that's about a good 20 memberships given out. Thank you all so much for the support. Listen, anything you want to add, anything you want to say, address, because we having a good time, you all, and I don't want to keep you forever because I can. We can do this
Yeah,
now.
no, I mean,
Anything you want to say.
I think we pretty well covered a good chunk of it. Yeah, I mean, at this point, like, I just want to say, thank you to everybody who has supported me through all the
Mhm.
craziness the last couple of days. There were
Mhm.
people in my comments that were encouraging me and supporting me, and I always see you guys. You guys are the best. Um, Also, I did want to let you guys know, so on Sunday at 7:30, I'm gonna be going on with Milk Bar TV, Nathan Livingston. So I'm going on his podcast on Sunday. So if you guys want to check that out, I will be talking to him for a while, so that'll be fun. But yeah,
Awesome.
otherwise, just yeah, thank you guys for all the support. It means the world. It can get really tough over here. It can get really the mental
Mentally draining.
exhaustion is very
Mhm.
real. Like
Absolutely.
there's a lot that weighs on you. It can get really
Mhm.
depressing. It can get really hard. So you
Mhm.
guys that just like give us that encouragement, like you don't even know how much that means, and like it literally makes my day. And I know Gary, like every time
Oh
that
yeah.
we see those little things, like, and like you said, if you don't laugh, you'll cry. So when you send
Yes.
us those funny things, like I get funny things and it like makes me laugh, and that just makes my whole day after like dealing with the candy cult and all their crap all day. So
Oh my
those
God.
the gifts that get dropped in my comments are the best. You guys are
Oh yes.
hilarious. So
We got photos of it. We cope with photos and images and stuff. So we
hmm
post that up, and we got Mala time, because we just had to, like, at this I'm like, at this point, the only thing I can really do is just put up information about Candace obstructing and interfering and violating judges' court orders and laugh at her ass. So that's exactly what we gonna do. Mala time is, to help us relax, release, and to just let go. And it worked. Laughter is just good for the soul. And if you
hmm
don't laugh at this dumb alien that crash landed on our planet, you be mad all day. Candace, you can kick rocks. It's
Yep.
and it sucks that people have to go through this to tell the truth. But if we wanted to get views, and I say this all the time, if I wanted to get views and go viral, I would just parrot Candace's talking points.
Oh my gosh, I know. I tell people
That's
all the
it.
time, they're like, "You just want to be famous." I'm like, "You guys, if I wanted to, I know how to make money on the internet. Like
Yeah,
I could very easily fall right in line. I know
yeah.
exactly what to do and what to say to like
Mhm.
make money and like really do the thing if I wanted to. The problem is that I have to sleep at night, first of all. Also, I have to stand before a holy God one of these days, and like it's just not worth it to me in the end. All the money in
Mhm.
the world means nothing if I
Mhm.
had to lie, steal, and cheat to get it, right? So
Right,
like yeah, it's not about like making the money and getting the attention. I could do that
right.
easily if I wanted to.
Yep.
I'm not going to make that compromise. I'm not going to do that.
Exactly. And it's oh man, that, like the Bible says, what they're doing here on earth, their reward will be here on earth.
Mhm.
But those who believe, our reward will be in heaven for telling the truth and not sugarcoating it, because I don't sugarcoat over here.
Yeah,
I have no. The trolls
straight
come over
shooter.
Yeah, I'm going straight in. That's it. It's just that simple. I'm not sugarcoating it, and there's no reason to. We should not have to sugarcoat it. So we're going to continue to tell the truth. We're going to continue to put out information. All of X can get big mad, but at the end of the day, none of them clowns pay my bills. Not at all. And it's funny how they paying Candace. Candace is a multimillionaire.
I know.
They
She's
will
the
pay
one
her
making the
32 million.
most money off of all of this, which is the irony of this entire thing.
Jesus, $80 million, Candace. Give me my 10,000. You can make this out.
Oh my God.
But that's something that, and I say this because I, recently lost my job. And
sorry, that sucks.
I got 2 kids. It does. Yeah, it sucks. It really sucks. And it's like, I'm just tired of going through that. But if I wanted to compromise, I'm in the position to where money getting tight and bills due, rents due, all these things, kids going back to school.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted to just say, let me just get my bills paid, I would go out there and be like, oh yeah, Candace is so right. Yay. And I would have to get drunk to go to sleep because my soul would be disturbed.
Mm-hmm.
It just comes down to that. It's a conscientious thing. It's like, God will not let me sleep if I sat here and started lying and knowing that it was putting somebody in harm's way. Erica Kirk has 2 small kids that she still has to explain why their father is no longer coming home. Why in the world should they have to grow up and worry about a Candace Owens talking about their mother, dogging her out, not even referring to her married name, calling her by her maiden name? Just the disrespect is so disgusting. Putting up videos and photos of her and Charlie Kirk from like 8 years ago before either of them got married. It is a slap in the face, and Candace does that intentionally. Mm-hmm. That's not friendship. You will respect his marriage and his wife if you actually care. She's not friends with him. She's vindictive. And it's that simple. Evil and vindictive. There's no reason to do that. He had parents. I can't imagine losing a child, but I certainly cannot imagine losing a child. And you sitting here trying to rob me of getting justice for my son. Mm-hmm. Charlie Kirk's parents don't have to listen to us. They don't like Candace because she is interfering with a criminal murder trial, intimidating witnesses, and trying to get cameras. They're probably going to take cameras out the courtroom. And then what? So that people can't know what's actually happening in court. So
which is exactly what Candace wants, by the way. She's the one that benefits from that the most, which again, little miss, like, I want the truth. I want it all to be exposed. I want it all to be out there. She wants nothing more than this to go behind closed doors so that she can keep lying and conning people. And then that way people don't get the real truth. And then it's harder to push back on her. And that's exactly what she wants. So she's a complete fraud.
Absolutely. So, to the Candy Ass Cult members, if y'all want to keep giving her your rent money, more power to you. Hit my super chat while you're at it. But at the end of the day, that her getting your money does what? Because you're still a day late and $1 short, angry, riled up, and for what? The whole cult is just angry. They're like an angry mob that you never ever want to experience. Why are they so mad? Why are they big mad? They can't even take a joke.
No, literally. Literally. I had like a joke on one. I literally had a joke in my post the other day, and they put community notes on a joke. Like they can't take a joke. They can't take sarcasm. I mean, it's to the point now where I have to spell out every single thing on a post legitimately, or they will community note it even when I am clearly being sarcastic or clearly making a joke. They community note everything. It is out of control. These community notes are absolutely freaking out of control, from telling me things about my life that don't exist to literally community noting a joke. It is insane, dude. They are out of control.
Oh, dude. It's like you saying Candace could go to jail. Candace, we've all said that, you dumb. We've all said you could go to jail. I said it 9 months ago. You could go to jail for the HIPAA thing. What are you doing? So everybody gonna start getting community noted because we pulling up laws and saying Candace could be charged with obstruction and interference. Girl, we don't kick rocks. Why are you throwing a tantrum, Candace? You too old for that.
It's crazy. They have these group chats where they literally will put posts in and they'll tell them to go write community notes and then upvote them or downvote them. And they have just entire like mass groups for them to just do community. Like, it's crazy, dude. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, when they say that we're organized, like, they are insanely organized on their side. Like, it is actually scary how much work and time these people put into this evil. Like, it's so crazy.
They will tell me in a comment, I'm gonna community note this. You're gonna community note the law, girl, bye.
I'd be like okay, good luck with that. I mean, and they do. And the sad thing is that it gets approved, which is the wildest part.
And I'm just gonna repost the law. It does nothing. We're just gonna repost the damn law. Laws are laws. We don't care.
I love how they act like community notes are like the end all be all. And I'm like, no, at this point, you guys have thoroughly made them a joke. Like, they are the most unserious. Like, it's just, it's not, like, at this point, they literally mean nothing. They are completely useless. They have completely ruined and infiltrated the entire system. It's a joke.
Yep.
X at this point should just get rid of the entire community note system because it's a joke. And then they like to add us to list as well. That's a new thing that they're doing. Every day, I literally have to go in every day and check what list they've put me on and remove myself from them. And I can remove myself from them, and literally I'll go back the next day and I'm on 12 more. I'm like, how do these people have this much?
What list is this?
How do they have this much time, bro? Like, it is crazy. Also, X should not allow you to be put on something without your consent. That is the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life, that X allows them to put you on list without your consent. Like, what the hell? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess I'm on everybody's list.
Every day I have to go in and check and block these people and remove myself from all these lists. And then I do that. And then the next day, like I said, I'm on like 12 more. And then the next day I'm on 20 more. And I'm like, oh my God. It never ends, bro. But that's one of the ways that they keep tabs on you. So you'll notice that you get a ton of bots. You'll go in and you'll clear yourself off of all of these lists, and you'll watch all the bot activity will go away. Then all of your bot activity will start to creep up again, and you're like, oh, they put me on a bunch of lists. You'll go in and check, and sure enough, you'll be on a bunch of lists, because that's how they know how to target all the bots, is through the lists. Okay, so you'll remove yourself from all of them, and then it will do it again, and then it will do it again, and you'll notice that pattern. So watch, like, so you've got a ton of bot activity right now. I guarantee you, if you go in and see what lists you are on and you remove yourself from all of those, your bot activity will go away like crazy, and then you'll start to notice that it'll come back because they're putting you back on lists again.
But they don't realize they're actually giving me more attention. They did not. I'm just like, they're helping to spread me out there.
Do you know how many accounts?
We can all be narcissistic for 5 minutes. So they're giving me all this attention. Attention is attention.
I am aware of at least 5 accounts right now that are assigned to me. Just me only. I'm not kidding. They are assigned to make my life a living hell. And they try. Let me tell you, they post about me every single day to make my life hell. Again, I don't know if I'm pretty sure that, like, Baron is paying for bot activity, and Candace is paying for bot activity. But yeah, I have 5 stalker accounts like that I can list right now that literally I am their sole focus, and I have been their sole focus for 6 months.
Jesus Christ.
It's crazy.
The Candy Ass Cult members love me that much. Do y'all love me that much to put me on lists and spread my account around? All these lists.
Like, I'm gonna let you know right now, this is a one-sided relationship, okay?
Oh no, Lisa said, I don't love them hoes no more. She said they can kick rocks. Listen, Candy Ass Cult members, y'all could at least leave a super chat if you're gonna sit here and put me on all your dumb lists. Leave me a super chat. Tell Candace to give me my $10,000.
Literally.
That's all they do. They like, what? $10,000 she owe you. It's my business. Tell her to give me my money.
It's
She
my
knows she
bill.
owes me.
It's my bill for dealing with your BS for the last half of a year.
I didn't want to this
Well,
stuff. I ain't
9.
lying.
How are we almost at a year now? I guess it is been almost a
Yeah,
year.
it's going on a year. Soon
That's
it'll be a
crazy.
year and a couple months. I'm like, all of this that I've been doing, I should get severance. Candace, you should be paying me a monthly retainer.
Literally.
Just to sit here and clown you for many hours to come. Like, are you serious? That stuff, and that's the thing with me too. I always tell the Candy as cult members, that shit don't work over here. Telling me I'm getting $7,000. Yeah, speak all that money into my life. Give it to me.
I know. I always just troll them back, and I'm like, no, I'm so good that I actually get $10,000.
I know, right? Why?
And then they freak out, and they're like, "Oh, she's getting 10,000." I'm like, "Yep, totally.
Yeah,
I totally am."
I'm getting $70,000. Where's my money? Don't make me send Benjamin Netanyahu another invoice because I can't. I literally send an invoice to him on X.
when I went to the Turning Point conference. Okay, so they were saying that I was getting paid by Turning Point, right? They tell me this every single day. It's not true. I've never been paid by Turning Point in my life, by the way. I literally went to that conference because I'm an adult and I have free will and I have the ability to like go do things by myself. Anyway, so I went to the Turning Point conference, but I literally made a post saying that I'm so good that I had to show up in person to collect my check in person.
That's how it's done. That's how it's done.
They were losing their minds. It was so funny.
You gotta flip it on their head. Like, you know how stupid this is. Okay, yeah, they want me to get money. Who would turn it down? Like, this is my thing. You want Israel to give me $7,000 a month, or every time I talk about Candace? Why would I turn that money down? For what? I'm still gonna say what I want to say.
I know. I'm always like, I wish I was getting that kind of money.
Give me the money. Add another zero on that bad boy and send me the check. Like, that don't phase me. That shit don't work on me. I made that clear from day one. So Candy asses, boy, they can't stand my guts, but they come over here and leave comments because they know this is the only way Candace gonna see them. And otherwise, she's not studying them. Candace is not studying you people. She's just not. She knows that you all are dumber than her. Candace, what's 4 times 3? So this is, this is why at the end of the day we keep it lighthearted. We always end out on something that we can just laugh at. Do you want to laugh? I do. Well, who you like to watch to get a good giggle in? We watch Ami and Edie Marie over here. We got to end with some laughing.
Edie actually has a new video up. We should watch that. It's funny.
Oh, Edie, you've been busy. I told her this.
Biker Babe 7000 has a new video posted, so we should watch that because it was hilarious.
Yes. Let's get it in. Okay, let me go to her. Oh, I am so excited. Oh, is it a video or a short? Where is it? It's a short.
Yeah.
Oh, is it on X?
Yeah, it's on X. She posted it today.
Okay, hold on. Ooh, we gotta look this up. Cause when I say Candyland Biker Babe 7000, this is how it's done. You just gotta just troll the hell out of her. This is how you troll ass.
Yep. Shame is a powerful tool, actually. So.
Oh yes, absolutely. It works every time. Oh, here we go. We got it. Y'all ready? This is going to be funny.
She's so funny.
Okay. Oh yes,
honey.
So I want y'all to hit the 4 if you can see it here from your end. Let's go.
I know.
For our girl,
what was that? What is she saying? The horizontal.
The lid right off that.
You know what, honey?
Yes, the
if you could
horizontal
just
watermelon
help
crawl.
me.
Honey, I got that.
My belt's a little bit tight and I can't. If you could just scoop my leg.
Absolutely, honey. Absolutely. I love you so much.
Thank you for calling the Coalition of the Candies tip line, where we don't know no, but we know no. You can refer to me as Candyland Biker Babe 7000. You need to know my real identity. We're having a party here. You could please provide me with your full name, your full social, date of birth, mother's maiden name, home address, mailing address, place of birth, and doctor's name who delivered you. Go ahead with your tip.
Okay, so I have a baby.
Oh.
I have a baby that I delivered the baby. But now the baby.
How old is your baby?
He's 9 months old. And the way he is moving across the floor, it's like tactical.
What kind of?
It's like
tactical crawl
Yeah.
did you witness?
Well, what Candace described on her show, and now I'm worried that this is like an
Okay.
like a trained assassin. I don't know what to do.
This is what I want you to do.
Tell me what.
Girl. Oh, that tactical crawl. Oh my God. Okay. Oh man. Oh, Candace, you're so stupid. Oh God, yeah, hold on. We got to rewind in a little
Go
bit.
ahead with your tip.
Okay, so I have a baby.
Oh,
I have a baby that I had. I delivered the baby, but now the baby.
how old is your baby?
He's 9 months old, and the way he was moving across the floor, it's like tactical.
What kind of
It's like.
tactical crawl
Yeah.
did you witness?
Well, I'm to be honest, it's what Candace described on her show, and now I'm worried that this is like an
Okay.
like a trained assassin. I don't know what to
This
do.
is what I want you to do. I
Tell
want
me
you to
what to
push the
do,
baby
please.
over.
What? No,
Yes, I do.
that don't feel right.
You gotta push that baby over. If it gets
Okay.
up, we will know.
Oh my stars! What will we know?
Sounds to me like there's an asset in your midst.
Do you think so?
Now tell me.
No. What?
At any point after you
Yeah,
delivered this baby,
I did deliver the baby.
was it out of your sight? Is it possible the
I
baby
mean-
was switched?
I was asleep sometime. I was.
I was asleep sometimes.
What was the name of the doctor who delivered your baby?
Doctor, his name is Rupert Shalom. Rupert Shalom, SHALOM. Are you still
No.
there?
Dr. Shalom.
Yeah. Shalom. What?
You'll have to take that baby back.
Another explosive episode.
I know.
Yeah. This calls for celebration,
Oh, we
'cause
gonna
we're
crack
cracking
this
this
case. We are
We
cracking.
No, we are.
Oh,
I think it's a
don't
movie.
you do that.
Okay.
Don't
We
you
gotta
put that on,
celebrate.
Rhonda.
This is too
No.
much. Wide
Okay.
open. We blow it.
Yeah. Let's go.
Oh man.
Girl, I said, why is this my first time seeing it? I did not know she did this video. Oh man. She up here. Oh, well done. Well done. Did this
So
see what I will say? You gotta push that baby over.
You gotta push that baby over, and we will know if that baby gets up. She says.
Oh
Is
my
there any way,
God.
is there any way that the baby was switched? Well, I had to sleep. She says I had to sleep. Oh my God, I was dying.
That's so
laughing.
epic. So we
She's so
expect, Candace claiming she a pregnant. We expect that baby coming out doing the lateral crawl.
Candace, is that baby a trained assassin? I don't know.
Oh, that swaddle is gonna mean something. Swaddling a baby means something now in military words. Lateral crawl.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
the bionic swaddle. Robot bottle. Like he's gonna go and get into insanity, man. Well done, Edie Marie. Well done. Thank you so much. Oh
So
my God, this has been an absolute delight. I'm so glad y'all told me that. I've been gone most of the days. So I had no idea what was happening. And Candy asks, I'm not on X 24/7. So most of your comments I will not read. Thank you so much, y'all. Lisa knows. Give it up for her in the chat. Show her some love. This has been amazing, and you have to come back. You understand?
Yes,
Gotta do
absolutely.
this again. Tell us what time tomorrow is your duo with Milk Bar, so we can.
It's Sunday. Sunday at 7:30 Pacific time is when I'm gonna be on his podcast. So yeah, that'll be fun. But yeah, no, this has been a really good time. So these are my favorite kind of podcasts, when you can just chill and hang out and talk and have a good time. This is why I like going on Gary's podcast too, because he's super chill. He's super laid back. We just talk and have a good time. So
absolutely
nothing too serious, right?
Yeah. And then it's sometimes it's like a palate cleanser. You gotta break away from what the hell she done said stupid today. Like it's almost like Russian roulette. All right, we're just gonna throw a dart at a board and just pick up whatever. Because I get
literally. I think that
Yeah.
they are literally at that point now because it's just so out of control. Like you said, it's so out of control at this point. We just have to laugh because it's just so ridiculous.
Yeah. Oh man, we'll all be doing the lateral crawl. I might turn that into a dance. Candace, don't make me turn lateral crawl into a dance. I can. We can go there. Like it's so ridiculous. So this is why we clown her ass. We had a good time, man. So tomorrow, Sunday at 7:30. Is that PM or AM? PST?
PM in the evening, yeah.
Okay.
Pacific time, yeah.
Okay, we will be tuning in, and we're here to support you. And you guys continue to pray for us, and especially for you, because being doxxed and put out there like that is illegal, and it's very, very dangerous. So God's got you covered, and so do we. We got your back, girl. So come back again. Don't let it be forever. And thank you so much for coming up to the LLC, and thank all of you all for tuning in. Y'all, we will be at it tomorrow. Please check the announcement for the live stream tomorrow. We're going to be doing a watch party on Josh Carr's interaction with Candace cult members or whatever debate, however he's doing it. He's got the patience of a turtle dove. I don't. I can't. I wouldn't last.
Yeah, I don't know how he does it, but yeah.
We'll be doing a watch party on that. So tune in if you can. You're always welcome to come over and hang out with us as well. Mm-hmm. And thank you so much. All right.
Absolutely. Have a good night.
You guys be good. Have a great night, Lady Luck Club, and I will see you all in the next one. Till then, deuces.